Ben Stiller's dysfunctional family continues its reign at the top of the box office. Meet the Fockers.
He does that on purpose. He says dysfunctional family because he knows we tend to play their audio from time to time.
Uh-huh.
And he does it either to piss me off or to get our attention or maybe in some sense to pay homage. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I'll lean towards piss me off.
Okay.
Ben Stiller's dysfunctional family continues its reign.
Because we obviously know what the dysfunctional family is, and it has nothing to do with Ben Stiller.
Not at all.
Even though that movie is very watchable, entertaining, and all that other stuff.
Okay.
The dysfunctional family members, Terry, start right over there.
Oh, I know.
With that dude with the weird hair and the big rotund body.
Big rotund body.
Oh,
Whoa.
I forgot Steven's back. Yeah. Hi. Hello there, Steven. How are you?
I'm good.
It's nice to see you today.
Well, it's good to be seen, really. How are you doing?
You didn't want to throw on a couple extra days on that fine cruise of yours?
It would have been nice, yeah.
Right.
I got sick in the last couple of days.
You think?
So I'm still sick.
Great. Stay upstairs.
Wonderful. 14-day cruise, you come back sick.
I didn't die, though, like 3 other people on the ship did, so.
3 people died on the cruise.
Yeah.
Are you trying to make jokes this morning?
No, I'm not. It's truth. They said that's typical, though.
What?
Well,
On a 14-day cruise? Oh, yeah.
When you go on a cruise so long, yes, people die.
Right. I mean, you have that many people, and the average age is like 112.
That's what they told you. Nothing to see here. This happens all the time. All right, you know what? It's too early for this. Hang on to this information. We'll delve into this later, okay?
Oh, wow. We're dealing with
In the meantime, we have the luxury of having gay phone operator with us this morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, with the lovely hair.
Right. And a bigger body than I've ever seen in my life. I made a bet with him to lose enough weight. What was it? Less than half his body weight. Get down to 225. I'll give you $15,000. I'll write the check. We'll have a big ceremony wherever you want to have it. A public ceremony. I'll hand you one of those big Publishers Clearinghouse oversized checks. We'll drop the balloons. We'll have a ticker tape parade. Anything you want.
Yeah.
And he can't lose a pound.
No, it's just going back and forth.
I'm not ready to hear from you yet.
Ben Stiller's dysfunctional family continues its reign at the top of the box office. Meet the Fockers is the top movie for the 3rd week in a row. The comedy took in another $28 million. It held off Michael Keaton's new horror flick, White Noise. It debuted at number 2, earning $24 million. And the Howard Hughes biopic, The Aviator, checked in at number 3 this weekend. The movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio brought in just under $8 million.
Yeah, Schwager.
Hello.
Yeah, Schwager.
If you think I'm going to be telling jokes, I can't do it. I got beat up after I was done trying to tell a joke here last time, okay? Not going to happen.
Yeah, Schwager.
So I just want to find out if SK is on 1 hour or 2 hour delay.
Yeah, Schwager. You're already at school, so what does it matter to you? You're at school at 3 in the morning, so what does it matter if your school's on a 1 or 2 hour delay? Steven, do you have the school... Hello? Can Schwager not hear me?
Oh, my God. I think he just hung up.
I don't think he can hear us. Which means we have to work on something there.
Uh-oh.
However, Steven, do you have the school closures? Do you have them scrolling on our split screen here?
Oh, yeah, they're down below.
Okay, so at the bottom of your radio, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see the school closures. And, Steven, do you want to update people on the school closures at some point this morning?
Well, I wish I could. Yeah, that'd be something that would be worthwhile, I would imagine.
Now, you're saying you wish you could, that you can't, or?
Well, I just went to the website, and it said too many people are accessed right now, so I don't know what that really means.
You're a news reporter. You should
I understand that.
You should have more information than the average person going to a website.
I agree. But mine is a secure media site, and I don't know why it's not loading, so I'll have to make a phone call.
Wow.
So are you saying you're not going to be able to get this done, or what?
I don't have the information as of yet, no.
Well, get the information.
Well, I'm going to do my best.
Because that's your job.
I understand that.
You don't get the information, you're not doing your job, and you're subject to being fired.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty much the deal. You don't do your job in any walk of life, any corporate America little joint, and they're going to fire you.
Right.
Well, you assume that the website's going to work.
You come in sick after a 14-day, what must have been a torturous cruise. We were obviously taking calls about how you were close to hanging yourself because you were on day 12, day 13 of your cruise, and obviously we weren't far off. And listen to you this morning. You sound like hell, but you're going to do the school closures.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Whether you have to make them up or not.
Okay. Well, I can do that. So.
Lord. You killed those 3 people on the cruise, didn't you? Because you were dying to get off the ship. Tell me I'm wrong.
I was not dying to get off, no. I mean, 14 days is a long time.
Right.
We're glad to be home, but I mean, I wasn't I loved it.
The point you'd rather be home than be on vacation tells me all I need to know. All right, whatever. Anyway, you going to get the information or not?
It's hard to make a phone call right now, isn't it?
Go ahead. I'm not stopping you from making a phone call. Go ahead.
Downstairs, so I'll run. You want me to run downstairs and get the number?
Jeez, Louise, do you not have anything up there? Oh, my God.
Well, people share this studio. I don't want to leave stuff up there.
What kind of phone number do you need? For what?
The people who run the website to see why it's not working.
I don't think they're up.
Well, I think they are.
That's your best move?
Is to call. Well, if the website doesn't work, that kind of makes sense,
the information comes off of the website, right?
Right.
So, and if it doesn't load, then I don't know how to get the information.
Even you don't load. That doesn't stop anyone from approaching. Anyway. I don't know. Can the callers not hear us?
I don't know.
Schwager's back on the line. Should I punch him up?
Try him again.
Should I try John or one of these other calls? I don't know.
Yeah, how many sausages you blow up on the cruise there, Stephen?
Oh, jeez. Can you hear us, John, or no?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear us? I guess not.
No.
All right.
Hello, how many sausages you cook, you freak?
Stephen, you can't answer the question even though he can't hear your response.
Phone lines.
I cooked no sausage.
Are you sure you don't want to check the website for that, Stephen?
I ate some.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you know what? You might want to keep that information to yourself. You're on vacation. It was private time. We're not going to investigate.
They had a big buffet.
All right.
I want to go on one of those cruises.
Okay.
You would love it.
Yes.
It's non-stop buffet though, all day.
And Rosie O'Donnell sings every night. It's terrific.
The T-Man.
Give me a beat.
Oh, he's so phone operator. And now, here's Gay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Guy.
How you doing? I'm happy to be here.
Oh, what's that, Gay?
I'm happy to be here.
That makes one of us gay.
I always try.
All right. Now, you don't have work this morning? What's your situation?
No, I do have to work.
Aha.
I have to leave after a while.
Is that right?
It's true.
You just understood. You found out maybe information that Hotshot is not with us this morning. You want to hear why Hotshot's not with us?
I would love to.
It's not as torturous as being on a 14-day cruise, but it's pretty lame, Terry.
Okay.
All right. I'll tell you why Hotshot's not with us this morning.
Okay.
In a couple of seconds.
Oh, all right.
But let me ask you, is that why you heard there's an open seat here in the studio and you decided to use your dysfunctional family status to come down, and because you had that information over all others, you felt like there was a spot for you this morning?
Of course. I wanted to fill it.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa.
You wanted to do what now?
I wanted to fill it.
Oh, jeez. I thought you were a bottom. Anyway. All right. Now, Gay.
Yes, sir.
I imagine you spent the weekend like a typical guy. You went to the Seahawk game. You were disappointed. You sat back the rest of the weekend like yesterday, slugging back beers, watching football.
There was a game this weekend?
Putting your fist through the wall when your team wasn't doing well, like guys do, right?
No, I watched Lifetime movies all weekend.
Lifetime movies. Oh, my gosh.
Yes, it's television for women, Terry.
I know that.
And
me.
Yes.
I was bored all weekend. I didn't feel good.
You didn't feel good?
No. I was bored. I was depressed.
I'm afraid to ask him what was bothering him. Oh, so you weren't feeling good mentally or physically?
Mentally more.
Mentally.
Yeah.
You're having a mental tough weekend.
Yeah.
But every weekend, given the messages you leave on your instant messenger little, when I look over the scouting list, who's online and who's not.
Yeah.
Gay's A, always online, and B, he always has a message that would make you think he's in crisis.
No, it wasn't bad this weekend.
This weekend it wasn't bad.
Well, you judge, ladies and gentlemen. His message this weekend, if I remember correctly, because it was up all weekend, and it was like almost taunting and haunting you as a person who has him. I don't know when the day was that he became a member of the list of people that I have on my instant messenger list, but he is there. I'm not going to lie to you. And his messenger screen name was, "I'm lonely, are you too?"
What? I'm lonely, are you too?
Was that it? Or do I have it mixed up?
You have it mixed up.
All right, what was it?
It just said, "Feel lonely, me too."
Oh, it was like got milk?
Yeah.
It said, "Feel lonely? Me too."
And nobody replied.
I didn't reply.
No, you didn't reply. Thank you very much.
I can't vouch for anyone else, but I can say that I truly am immune to these messages now. He leaves them all the time. If you're looking for attention, you've long since worn out people on their interest in responding to those messages.
I'm not looking for attention.
Because you leave them there all the time. Then why would you put up a message like "got milk" or whatever it was?
Lonely,
that's that's how I express myself. I don't call people. I don't talk to a lot of people. So that's how I let people know how I'm feeling.
But it makes you feel worse when nobody responds, right?
No, because I'm used to it by now. I mean,
that's why he's lonely.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's how he met a Greek tycoon way back when.
Yes.
And got mounds of clothes that were 3 sizes too small.
And how about that Mercedes? Still in the showroom, huh?
Well, he did get a Mercedes brochure out of it there.
Oh, that's right, he did. And he got to sit in one.
Right, he got to sit in one and test drive one, which I'm sure the Mercedes dealership is still recovering from. Now, again, are we correct in assuming you didn't get any responses from your SOS this weekend?
You are correct.
Oh.
You are correct.
Not one response?
No. But Taz signed on, the Greek guy. He signed on this weekend.
Okay, I'm not interested.
No, about a week ago, he emailed me. He wants my bank account information again.
Oh, geez,
He's going to take the money back.
Right.
There's nothing to take back.
And you still insist that all in all, he did send you like a $6,000 sum, so it was worth it for you?
Yeah, it was worth it.
No, I would say if he did get $6,000 and that's the truth, then whatever you did for him was probably worth it.
I didn't do anything for him.
All right.
That's the problem.
Easy.
He wouldn't let him touch him.
I'd have more money in a penthouse apartment right now if I would.
Yeah.
You didn't watch any football this weekend? Like a normal guy?
No.
You didn't
watched
skip across it by mistake?
Jerry watched football like a normal guy.
I probably skipped across it, but I was watching other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Come across.
What other stuff was on?
Gay, what time do you have to leave this morning? 6:32?
About 7:30.
Oh, boy.
I see.
I got a ways to go.
Is that right?
It is.
Oh, goody. So what was the highlight of your weekend, gay phone operator man? It wasn't when you weighed yourself, obviously. Well, last time you did weigh yourself, and getting back to that little wager that we have that I'm feeling so comfortable with, Terry. It was about, 3-4 months ago. I told them you have 1 year to get down to 225.
Right.
And if you do, I'll just give you $15,000. And if you don't, there's no risk to you. It's just a little incentive program, Terry.
Sure, 15 grand, nice incentive.
Since then, he's gained about 30 pounds.
No, I haven't.
There's no doubt about it.
No, I went down, but I went back up.
So everything you lost, you gained back?
Yeah.
And then some, or
no,
just...
I haven't gotten over.
So now you're only 9 months away from your next birthday, the day you're supposed to be down to 225, and you're further away than ever. So I could double the wager right now, and not even feel remotely scared about it.
Do you want to?
No threat.
What's the matter? I can triple it. It's not going to matter.
What does it matter?
You can't lose a pound. How are you going to get down to 225?
No, that's not true. He can lose a pound, but he gains it right back.
And look at that hair.
I know. What is up with that?
What's with your hair? Is that the new gay hairstyle?
No, I just need it cut.
Are you gayer than ever now?
No, I don't have any extra money.
Do you feel gayer than you ever have in your life? Do you feel the same, or do you feel less gay than ever in your life?
I've always felt the same gay.
The same level of
same level of gay.
Same level of gayness is consistent through your entire life. You don't sometimes feel more gay at a certain period of your life as opposed to a few years ago or whatever?
Do you feel more straight?
That's a good point.
You had to feel you had to feel less gay though when you were trying to suppress it.
But when you're gay, it's different.
I wasn't trying to suppress it. I've always known I was gay, and
But when you're gay, it's different. Come on, you gotta at times feel more gay. You gotta know you're feeling a level of gayness. It's different than being straight. So what level of gayness?
Yes, it's different, but that's what the norm is for me. It's the same exact thing. I still want to be with other people.
Well, you sound pretty good. Anyway. Speaking of which, Steven.
Boy.
Are you able to give people the school closure information that is desperately needed this morning?
Well, I did find some information that the site that the media goes to is down this morning.
That's terrific.
But I have information on school closures if you'd like.
Matthew Schwager and others are calling in wanting to know if their school is closed, and you would think they'd be able to turn to you, but obviously they can't because you're a news reporter who is worth nothing.
Well, but I did find some information. South Kitsap is not delayed.
It's not delayed?
No.
Oh.
Why isn't South Kitsap delayed and most schools are this morning?
I don't know.
Well, why are most schools delayed this morning? I drove to work and everything's fine.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, there's some that are 2 hours late, just a few districts, and then others have some...
All right, well, what districts are late?
Okay. Well, we have Arlington, Bellingham, Bethel, Central Kitsap, not South, Derringer, Eatonville, Edmonds, Everett, Granite Falls, the King School, Lake Stevens, Lakewood,
I got it,
Marysville, Mount Baker, Monroe, Mukilteo, North Kitsap, North Shore, Ording, Snohomish, Sumner, and White River.
All right, well,
those are 2 hours.
There's got to be more. There's got to be more than that. But anyway.
Well, there's others that are 1.5 hours late.
I'll tell you what. We'll get a little school closure musical instrumental set for you. And then at some point in the next few minutes, you can do them all over again. Sound good?
Wow, that sounds great.
Yes, it's exciting for you.
It actually is, yeah. Mm-hmm. Way to come back to some snow.
He's so thrilled.
After a 14-day cruise, it's exciting for you to come. By the way, you don't sound well this morning.
No.
And let me make it very clear to you that if you caught one of those blue hair old lady diseases on that cruise ship, I don't want you coming anywhere near me this morning. You don't sound like a healthy person, and I want to make it clear to you, this is not just an on-air little bit as sometimes you think it is.
No, I know.
You've learned through the years that my on- and off-air personality are pretty similar. If you come near me, even an hour after the show's over, if we're still here that long, and you're sick and you get me sick, I may really, really hurt you.
No, I'm
not getting one of those Panama Canal diseases that you have.
Yeah.
It's not Norwalk virus, and so that's good.
Man, got gay to my right. I got sick kill breath upstairs. Hotshot not here this morning. You want to know why?
Actually, yes, I do.
You want to talk about the gayest of them all?
Yes, please.
He's at some casino over west or wherever by the... Is Ocean Shores west? Is it west of here?
Yeah.
I've never been there, so I don't really know. But he went to some... What casino did he go to? Anyone know the name of it? And he went there, and he spent an overnight little evening there situation because he desperately wanted to see Christopher Cross.
What?
That's right.
Okay. You're letting him not be here today.
Well, he asked me a couple of months ago. This is how important it is to him.
Okay.
This is how he's only a 30-year-old man. You would think the Christopher Cross fans are the ones that were on the ship with Kilbreath.
Right.
I'm surprised he was able to get off the ship that quick.
He asked me a few months ago. I thought he was joking. I said, sure. He said, can I miss a day of work to go to this casino over by the ocean, open sewers, so I can see Christopher Cross?
Did he see him
And I started
here?
laughing. I said, sure, yeah, it's funny. And all of a sudden, last week, he says, hey, remember you told me I could have that day? I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, you can't be serious. And he said, I am serious, and I have the reservation.
Can I bitch now? Because
Terry, you got about 3 years off when you were having two babies.
Well, that was medical. It wasn't just to go see Christopher Cross.
I know, it's pretty gay, isn't it?
So that's kind of ridiculous. And secondly, I remember when I had to go when last Christmas when I got the trip to Vegas to go see Celine Dion and everything.
Right.
I still came in when I got in at 2:00 in the morning. I still came here and sat here and did my job.
Terry, when Hotshot finds out that you are going up against him like this, when he saw his beloved Christopher Cross and wanted a personal day to do it, you realize that you and him will be going to war over this.
Fine.
Oh, jeez.
That cow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
That's ridiculous.
And you call him a cow.
And the thing is, I mean, he can't drive.
Should we call him in his hotel room?
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
wake his ass up now.
If I knew what hotel he was, well, I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to find unless their site is down too, Stephen.
I could figure it out.
If we could find out where Christopher Cross played last night, I'm sure people are still partying in the streets after an unbelievable performance by Christopher Cross last night. So I'm sure there's a huge buzz on the internet and everywhere else, Stephen, over the Christopher Cross big extravaganza last night.
I'm sure it was a packed house.
It shouldn't be that hard to find.
No, I can't imagine that it would be.
It was, I'm sure, not a packed house, Terry. It was probably Hotshot, his girlfriend, and a couple of blue-haired ladies that didn't get sick on the Kilbreath cruise.
Now I have a question about that. So I take it his girlfriend must be calling in sick on her teacher day because, hey.
Wow. So you're trying to get her fired now, too, Terry?
Well, I'm just wondering.
Wow. Well, she's probably calling in sick this morning, too, yes. And she has
that's interesting.
She has a classroom to attend to.
Got a classroom full of kids.
Wow. I got to play this tape tomorrow.
Jeez.
I'm just wondering. I went to Vegas. I'm
trying to get his girlfriend fired now.
Hey.
All right.
They're all in one. Hey, you got to go see Christopher Cross.
Terry Free is a ruthless individual, ladies and gentlemen, and you're seeing that side of her now. Probably more than ever before.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew this person within Terry existed for many, many years. But most people who listen to the show on a regular basis, they hear the soft sides of Terry Frey.
The soft sides.
I mean, very masculine, but soft sides of Terry Free, and they never see this cutting, little at-your-throat kind of Terry Free side.
I have another question.
Oh, jeez.
Christopher Cross, did you guys all not go see Christopher Cross like just this past year out in Tacoma, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Hotshot got the tickets, and we all went. That's right.
So what could he do differently?
We didn't wait afterwards and get pictures taken with him like Hotshot did.
I understand that.
We went and gambled in the Emerald Queen Casino, and you don't have to really twist my arm to get me to go to a casino for anything. You could say that John Denver was coming back to life, and I would go. And just to play a little craps, and we did go. And so your point is that he saw him within the past year.
Yeah, so what's different about the concert?
Terry, I don't know. There's some kind of, maybe we could turn to the phone operator here. There's some kind of gay connection between Hotshot and Christopher Cross. And Hotshot is, last we checked, he claims to be a heterosexual man, so it doesn't add up to us. Do you have any explanation for this?
I don't even listen to Christopher Cross.
A gay man doesn't even listen.
But I do have an important question. Do I get Scott's pay while I'm here?
Oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so. All right.
Terry, but this is the 05 tour.
Unless you want to negotiate that with him. Yes, this is the new tour.
New what pyrotechnics. New songs are we adding this year?
Well, I emailed Dave the hotel's number.
Oh, you have the hotel?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Call it now. Wake him up. Tell him to get in his little freaking car and come on home.
Let us... Wow, Terry, you're really out of control. Let us...
Because if I can fly in from Vegas at 2 o'clock in the morning...
I understand.
And still sit my happy pregnant ass here.
But Terry, you got to acknowledge.
Then his non-pregnant but looking like pregnant ass needs to be sitting here.
You got to acknowledge.
Plus his girlfriend, who's a teacher of all things.
You got to acknowledge, Terry. You got to acknowledge that we did give you a good little bit of time when you had your situations. I mean, everyone has situations that are important to. When you got your little 16 blood transfusions, we weren't telling you to come into work.
Hey, I would have been more than happy to be gurneyed in here and sit here with all the stuff hanging off me.
Those are alleged transfusions, though. I mean, we don't really have official word.
Well, I'll give you the bill, Stephen.
And when Stephen had his little alleged Panama Canal 14-day cruise, no one would lie about that, would they? We let him have 2 days last week, Terry. You weren't complaining about that. But Hotshot wants to get gay with Christopher Cross, and you're all up in arms.
Because
he wants to ride like the wind.
Oh, I bet he was riding like the wind.
Oh, jeez.
Thinking of Laura.
Yeah.
He wants to think of Laura.
Yeah, whatever.
It's a new mix. He's got to hear it.
Yeah, what?
But when you get caught between the moon and New York City,
yes,
it's the best that you can do.
He wants to get caught between the moon and New York City. He wants to get caught chucking a moon in New York City, Terry. And you're having a problem with it.
I am.
All right, let me take a break. I don't want to fall too far behind. I'll get this number.
I'm really irritated.
And we'll try to make some kind of psychic contact.
Yeah.
All right? With the late Hotshot Scott.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who is in heaven right now, knowing that is a few doors down from Christopher Cross.
Or unless he's cuddled up with Christopher.
No matter where he is in the hotel, I imagine he's a few doors down from Christopher Cross because it probably has about 8 rooms. And they didn't even sell out. All right.
The 05 tour.
But that is the truth. That is the reason he is not here this morning. Gay phone operator, being the opportunistic gay man that he is, heard that Hotshot wasn't going to be in his chair this morning, and he's sitting right in it right now. So what do you think's bothering Hotshot more when he comes back tomorrow? The fact that Gay was sitting in his chair all morning, or the fact that Terry Frey tried to get him and his girlfriend fired from their jobs?
Oh, the Terry thing.
Oh, geez.
The D-Man Show.
On Cube 93.
Feeds back to Vladdy, fakes.
Hollywood hotties Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston have split.
Oh, geez.
The power couple announced their formal separation tonight. I know this is a sad story.
Yeah. All right, well, we have to get into that a little bit later. That's a big story. That's going to take a little bit of time. Terry, I know you wanted to call Hotshot, to get him out of bed, to yell, to scream, to have him fired by
Well, no, it's not to get fired, but I just don't understand.
Well, I think that's what you want. I think you want him fired. I think you want to double your salary to make sure that he's in misery and you step on him on your way to the top of the enterprise and the industry that you're working in, and that's really your goal here. And to boot, you want his girlfriend, which I believe is becoming his fiancée, Terry. I think you want her on the street, homeless as well.
No,
because you brought her into the equation, Terry. You're a ruthless woman. We've understood that for some time.
He went with her, correct?
Oh, geez.
So,
well, Terry, they are a couple, and they wanted to spend a nice Christopher Cross weekend together. Who knows why? But that's the reality of it.
He should have gone alone.
Oh, jeez. And the problem is, because of that, do you remember that big power failure we had while we were on the air on Friday?
Yes.
Well, that knocked the phones right out. Do you remember that?
I do.
Okay, well, the phones are now working, but we're only halfway back.
Okay.
The phones are working so we can hear the phone callers, but they can't hear us. So we're halfway there, and we're told in the next little while we'll be all the way there, because we have to be, because the dollar bill game is supposed to take place in about 8 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I have all my dollar bills ready, and I'm ready to play, Terry.
Okay.
And if the phones aren't working, how am I going to make my phone call?
You can.
Okay. So, in other words, I can punch up John right now.
Oh, good.
He'll be able to hear us, or we'll be able to hear him, but he won't be able to hear our very, very interesting retort.
Ah, great.
And gay phone operator, wants to be able to have his say and have John hear.
It's the dollar bill game, baby, and I'm on my way down there to take over because you can hear us, but you can't hear them.
That's
so
right.
I'm on my way down.
We wish it was the other way around. Trust me, John.
Technology that is me, John.
Okay.
So stand by the dollar bill game, baby.
Right.
Coming up in about 8
See, this is where I would tell him to shut up, but he can't hear us, Terry.
I know.
Yeah. You know gay's here, John? Oh, I can't hear us.
I said dollar bill game, baby.
Were you surprised when you heard that Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston broke up, Terry? Was it not a surprise? Were you surprised?
I was surprised.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. I mean, I knew, granted, all the rumors and stuff, but it seemed that they were trying to, say, hey, no, it's okay. And granted, they have all their stuff going on, but in Hollywood, that's what happens. You already know that going in, right?
And it all kind of hits equilibrium and evens out, Terry,
right.
because as Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt split up, you have Cameron Diaz and you have Justin Timberlake getting engaged over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Is this getting more nauseating by the second or what? Is that ridiculous or what?
That is crazy.
I thought he was the gay one.
No, Justin.
Yeah.
So you'd have been less shocked if you heard Brad Pitt and Justin Timberlake got engaged.
No, not at all.
Less shocked is what I'm saying.
Less shocked, yes, a lot less shocked.
All right.
Maybe they still will.
Well,
but you thought Brad and Jen were going to be forever.
Yeah, they
was that right?
Yeah.
Is that what you thought, Stephen?
I did.
But now there's still hope for you. With Jennifer, I mean, Steve. I didn't want to get you confused.
Right.
You know who you are, right?
I think so, yeah.
And you know you're a man with school closure information. Is that correct?
Well, I have to jump back over there, but
Well, jump back.
Okay. Oh.
Whenever you're ready, Steve.
All right, hold on.
It's very important.
It is very important.
The average high school junior doesn't want to be like Matthew Schwager and get to school 2 hours too soon.
Well, 2 hours late. Are you ready?
These are all 2 hours late?
Yes.
All right, let me check my scorecard here. Give me a pen. Not you, gay man. I don't want to... Did I ask for a gay pen?
Oh, jeez.
Just because I touch it doesn't mean it's gay.
Everything you touch turns gay.
Come here.
Ew. All right, Steven, I got my scorecard. These are all 2 hours late.
Arlington.
Wait. I'm asking you. These are all
correct.
2 hours late?
Correct.
All right. I had Arlington as a 1 hour late, damn.
Bellingham.
All right, I owe you $10, Terry. All right, Bellingham?
Yeah.
All right, I owe you 20, Terry. Bellingham's 2 hours late?
Yeah.
All right.
They should be closed, though. With
Yeah,
all
didn't they
what's
get
going on.
dumped on?
I can make it all back on Fife, Terry.
Oh, can you? Let's hope you can.
Go ahead.
Bethel. Central Kitsap.
2 hours late?
Yes.
I know you said these are all 2 hours late, but after you say the school, you should probably say after each one is 2 hours late.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you wanted it quick, so I was trying to be more concise.
What are you, my wife?
Central Kitsap, 2 hours late. Derringer is 2 hours late. Eatonville is 2 hours late.
Right.
Edmonds, 2 hours late. Everett, 2 hours late.
Got it.
Granite Falls
Is 2 hours late?
Yes.
Right.
The King's School West and
King's
King's
School.
School Seattle are both 2 hours late.
King's School. I'm not writing what I'm pretending to write.
Oh, really?
Yeah, go ahead.
Lake Stevens, 2 hours late.
I'm writing a love note, Terry.
Lakewood, 2 hours late.
My jizz. All right, go ahead, Stephen.
That's going to be 2 hours late, I think.
Oh, geez.
Marysville, 2 hours late.
Right.
Mount Baker, 2 hours late.
Mount Baker. Mount Baker.
Monroe, 2 hours late.
Monroe.
Mukilteo.
Too close for comfort.
2 hours late.
Right.
North Kitsap, 2 hours late. North Shore, 2 hours late. Ording, 2 hours late. Snohomish, 2 hours late. Sumner, 2 hours late. White River, 2 hours late. 1.5 hours late.
1.5.
Wow, they went to 1.5.
They don't round down or up. They now have a 1.5 hour late situation.
Yes, that is true.
That's 90 minutes.
That's too. Yeah, Terry, you got it now. That's too. If Terry can figure out, I guess the high school freshman can. But that's too tough to track. An hour and a half.
Shoreline.
Might as well go 2.
I agree.
Yeah, you're all 2 hours late. You hour and a half people. Here you are. Steven will run down the list, and you're all 2 hours late as far as I'm concerned. Matter of fact, you might as well round up and take the whole day off.
Sounds good.
Because you know what? There's no justification that I can see. I drove in this morning, Terry. Maybe we weren't in the tough areas. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe more north, it's more slippery. I didn't see one even remote slippery patch on the way in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
So any school that announced that their school is 2 hours late, I say they're lazy administration people, and because of that, you're entitled to the whole day off.
Wow.
So everyone that Steven's reading, you have the whole day.
Gee, that's nice.
Go ahead, Steven. Read the hour and a half laters.
That was just Shoreline. Shoreline School District.
That's it?
Yeah.
Shoreline wants to be different. We want to stand out at Shoreline. So we're going to be an hour and a half late.
Yeah, so there.
Yeah, so there.
74 minutes late is the...
Well, there you go. That makes sense. Who's 74 minutes late?
Enumclaw School District. Actually, they're just 1 hour late.
Mm-hmm.
Other schools, delays. These are like private schools and that kind of stuff. Assumption School in Bellingham.
Don't make any assumptions, Steven. Yes.
They are 2 hours late, and no morning kindergarten, so kids won't learn a damn thing today.
What do you do with all the 5-year-olds then? I mean, come on.
Just leave them there. Archbishop Murphy is 2 hours late. No zero period today.
No zero period?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's tough.
Sounds pretty heavy.
The Blaine School District, high school and middle school are on time.
Are you going to have your zero period today, Gay?
No.
Okay.
I'm protected, though.
What was that, Steven, that last one?
The Blaine
School District.
Yeah.
This is a private school in Blaine?
This is the actual school district, yeah.
All right, so you said...
well, I know I did, but they're kind of jumbled together here now.
So we're back to public schools now.
This is, I believe, school district.
Blaine just got the information for the first time this morning that they're a private school after all these years.
Well, it's such a small town, it may as well be.
All right, there you go. There's your justification. All right,
the home of Marge Kilbrook, by the way.
Well, I'm sure
born and raised.
People are packing up and leaving right now when they hear that.
High school and middle school is on time there. Primary
What is?
In Blaine.
Oh, in Blaine. We're still in Blaine.
Still on Blaine.
All right.
And primary...
We're good at these school closures, aren't we?
Yeah, we're so good.
Yeah.
And the primary and elementary, they're 1 hour late. And the Point Roberts there on the Blaine School District, they're on the snow routes.
All right, let me ask our engineer who's working feverishly behind us right now.
Yeah.
He's got 50% of the phone lines working. It's really quite the progress situation when we can hear the phone callers, but they can't hear us, as far as I'm concerned. With that dollar bill game now due to start, T-minus 16 seconds from now.
Right.
Let me ask for a progress report. Are the phone lines, Kelly, chief engineer of this morning show, working? He's trying to find a microphone. He's an engineer. He can't even find the microphone.
What does it look like?
Are they working or are they not?
They appear to be working.
They appear.
Yeah.
Appear is the operative word.
So if I take... Well, why don't we use, again, John as our test caller?
Oh, God.
If I were to take John right now, he'd be able to hear us as well as we hear him.
He might be able to hear. I doubt he'll listen, but he'll probably be able to hear.
Good point.
And I am correct in my statement that you've been working feverishly throughout the morning to make this situation happen.
Pretty much.
All right.
He doesn't know what sleep is, I don't think.
Can you please repeat all the schools that are 2 hours late, Kelly?
I think we had Blaine.
No.
Arlington.
Like he's scaring
well,
now.
Let's test Kelly's work.
Okay.
And see if the phone lines are better off because of his hand-to-hand combat with a few wires.
Well, as I'm on my way down there this morning, Kelly, you're doing a fine job because I hear you, I hear the T-Man, I hear Terry just freaking laughing at their own stories.
Oh,
I hear it fine.
It's important that he's able to hear us right now, Kelly, because I have a statement to make.
T-Man.
Don't you come down here, John.
I'm actually already just walking on my dog on the cell phone to be on my way down there.
Can you hear me, John?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, wow. Let's give a round of applause to Kelly.
Kelly!
Good work. Now go outside and blow up some other transformer that doesn't affect us. All right, well done.
Thank you, Kelly.
Fine work.
Appreciate it.
You're entitled to now, I wouldn't say a full dozen donuts, but 8 donuts. 8 donuts,
Lucky
Kelly.
today.
That's good work by Kelly O. Came in, fiddled with the wires, and we're back up and running. So,
right.
Terry, that dollar bill game begins now. Well, get Kelly back in here. He ran out to go get his donuts. He heard donuts, and he went running. Kelly!
Oh, Kelly.
Can I have the other 4?
Oh, jeez. I'm surprised they're still around. In honor of Kelly fixing the phone line so capably, Terry, in honor of Kelly fixing the phone line so swiftly, why don't we give him the honors in starting the dollar bill game off, Terry? Obviously, everyone knows that you need a 93 in your serial number of the dollar bill that is in question here.
Right.
But we're going to chuck in a number or two aside from the 93, and if you have it, in the dollar bills that you've been collecting, you win what? $10 million?
Wow.
What do you win? I forget.
The ability to possibly win a car that has $93,000.
I don't think you win $10 million, but you win a little bit less than that.
Yeah.
What do you win, Stephen? Come on, you know. What do you win? $100 instantly and then a chance to win the car, or
Yeah,
what?
Get some fast cash and then
Some fast cash.
and then the chance at the car.
All right.
That has $93,000.
And you get a gay phone operator, autographed, who knows what. He'll autograph something for you. Believe me, he'll be wide open to whatever you want him to autograph, if that's your interest. Or else you can just take the $100 by itself, and you're automatically entered into the car giveaway, Terry. Someone's going to be driving around a brand new car.
Woo!
And, Kelly, that means you are in charge of deciding what extra numbers need to be on that dollar bill for the morning. And those numbers are... oh, jeez.
I'm going with, 33.
33. This seemed like something that he gave a little bit of thought to. I don't know what his reasoning was. I don't know what his rationale was, Terry. I'm a little bit afraid to ask. But he has come up with 33.
All right,
Maybe
Kelly?
it's just his favorite sequence of numbers. So you need a 93 and a 33. So not only do you need a 9-3, but then somewhere else in that serial number you need a 3-3. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they're mathematical prime numbers.
Oh, well, thank you for letting us know that.
So what's behind cube number 33?
All right.
Wrong game.
Stephen, that's not the game we're playing. Kelly, that was well done.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And somebody out there is going to be very ecstatic that you are a part of the program this morning, because they are the ones who are calling in right now who have a 33 as opposed to aside from their 93 in their serial number. Huh? Are you following along? I'm not. Can you explain it to me? Okay, good. Kelly, thanks for coming back in.
Thanks,
Anytime.
Kelly.
Yes.
Have a good day.
So there you have it. No, do you have a 9-3 and a 3-3 in your serial number?
I don't.
Stephen, do you have any dollar bills whatsoever?
I have 2, and I don't have...
You have 2 after all the preparation.
Oh, I have a 52, though, too.
Oh, of course you do.
Wow, he's carrying around a big 50.
Big baller. After all the weeks, of preparation that the station has given you to collect your serial numbers, your dollar bills, you only have 2.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I didn't do very well. I'm leaving them out there for the people.
Well, all I can tell you is the phone lines are open. We have 73 lines ringing right now, and I can't believe that all these 73 people all have a 93 and a 33 in their serial number. So why are 73 lines ringing right now? Why is every line we have right now ringing?
Because they at least have a 93.
Fine, but...
And they think that's all they need.
No! We just said very clearly.
I know that. I know you were very clear, but sometimes...
You heard Kellyo look deep within himself.
I know that, and I watched him look deep within himself.
He worked hard on that 33.
He did.
I'm going to try and sweet-talk the T-Man here, I think.
And now all of a sudden we have 73 lines ringing with people who have that number? Come on.
It's scary.
Not possible.
I know.
I don't need your comments, all right, Kay?
Oh, wow.
I know you know from Scary, trust me. I know you've probably cornered the market on Scary.
Sometimes.
But stay out of this. Now let me go to the phones and see who's out there.
Okay.
You're on the air. Hello?
Hi.
Yes.
This is Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
Hi, T-Man.
How are you, baby?
I'm fine.
What are you doing this morning?
Getting ready for work. Well, trying to get me and my son ready.
Just kind of lost it for me.
Sorry.
Well, what do you do?
I work for attorneys.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You little hooker. What does that mean, you work for attorneys? You're a business manager, an office manager,
No,
you're a paralegal, you're a co-attorney, you're a prosecutor, you're a district attorney, you're a...
No, not quite. I guess... Yeah,
public defender, what?
Receptionist.
You're a receptionist?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
And how are the lawyers? Are they good men and women? Are they sleazy individuals? Do they come on to you? Do they not come on?
People.
They're what? Hardworking?
Very hardworking people.
And they're professional with you, or do they treat you in a way that you would expect a little bit more, well, respect or professionalism? Do they make comments towards you?
Doesn't everybody make comments?
Well, I would hope that wouldn't be happening to you, being subjected to that on the job. But please tell me it's true.
No.
It's not true.
Dang it.
No, we all work well together.
How many people are in your office, would you say?
I'm sorry?
How many people work in your office?
Probably about 6 or 7 people.
That's
it's a
it?
really small office.
How many men?
One.
Only one man?
Yeah.
Only one man and 5 or 6 women in your office?
Just about, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Got any applications? Are the women hot or no?
Well, I guess you could say yeah.
And what about the man? Is he attractive to you or no?
Is he attractive?
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's not ugly, but...
So he's attractive. You think about him. You have little fantasies about him. If he's not ugly, you're having sexual little private moments in your head about him, right or wrong? Is he a married man?
Is he married? Yeah, he is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You have anything going on with this guy?
I'm calling from Renton.
Okay.
That's what I thought. That's code for T-Man. We do it in the storage closet every day.
Really?
That's right.
Whoa.
Do you have anything going on with this guy, yes or no?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
Have you ever envisioned in your mind, just for a fleeting second,
No,
what it
not
would
at
be
all.
like? Well, yeah, I didn't finish the question.
I'm from Renton.
Have you ever envisioned in your mind, for even a passing moment, what it would be like to be with this guy on a sexual basis?
No.
Wouldn't that be normal, no matter who you're working with?
Well, I would have to say probably for some people it would be normal, but...
But you've
no,
never, not even for one passing split second, have you thought about what it would be like to be with this guy on a sexual level at any time in your employment history?
No. Never.
Is he a lot older than you, younger than you, what?
He's older than me.
By a significant number of years or no?
Probably by 15, maybe 20 years.
Oh, jeez. And I know you just called to play the dollar bill game, but this is a whole new story.
I know.
Now, do you have any dollar bills or what?
Yes, I have lots of them.
How many do you have, would you say?
I probably have about 50.
Wow.
$50 bills.
Yeah.
Now, back to this 15-year-older guy. You've been working for this man for how long, would you say?
It's going on 10 years now.
Does he ever buy you any gifts?
Well, he sent me flowers.
Mm-hmm. What was the purpose for him sending you flowers?
Well, one was after I gave birth to my son. One was for my birthday.
So he's giving you flowers on multiple occasions now.
But it's been a while.
A second ago, he just gave you flowers one time, it sounded like to us. Now there's flowers here, there's flowers there, there's an orchid here, there's a tulip there. Every occasion now he buys you flowers?
No, not every occasion. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've gotten flowers.
Has he ever asked for you to join him for a meal of whatever proportion, large, small, lunch, dinner, that didn't really seem like it was a working type of an engagement?
Never. He's never done that.
If he did, would you go?
No.
Takes you right to the shower, doesn't he?
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Easy.
So it's not like there's nothing even remotely going on between your and his eyes when you catch each other at the right or wrong moment, however you may end.
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
All right. I don't know about these lawyers, though, Terry. But that's fine. So you have $50.
I do.
That you've saved up.
Yes.
And one of those dollars, I'm assuming you're calling because you heard that 33 is the number that is the key number outside of the 93 that we're looking for.
That's right.
And you have $1. You could produce it right now.
Yes.
It's not something you're hoping to find later this week. You have it. You're staring at it.
I have it right here.
93 and a 33.
Yes.
And you can produce this dollar by the end of the day.
Yes, I can.
Terry, it sounds like she's a winner.
Wow.
Sounds like it's that simple.
Boy.
Are you excited about this?
I'm very excited.
I can hear it. I hope you get a little bit of...
No, I'm serious. I'm totally excited.
Lady works with only one man.
I know.
5 days a week, 8 hours a day. And this is as excited as she gets, Terry?
I guess so.
You would think she's got so much built-up excitement ready to explode.
Well, that's about how I feel.
What's your name?
Shannon.
Shannon?
Yeah.
You're a winner,
Thank
Shannon!
you.
Oh, my God!
I'm really excited.
How does it feel to be the inaugural winner in the $93 dollar bill game, baby?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Shannon, whatever.
She's thrilled.
So what, Shannon's won $100?
Yeah.
We think?
Yeah.
If she hasn't,
Give or take.
If she hasn't, she has now.
Right. There you go.
And she's won a key that can start that car. So Shannon, when it comes down to the time to see who wins that car, you're gonna try to stick it in to win, right, baby?
Yes.
You're gonna do what now?
I'm sorry?
What are you gonna do when you get that key to try to start that car?
I'm going to stick it in to win.
There you go, Shannon.
Do you think you're good at that? Oh, that's my job. All right, anyhow, I'm getting confused. Shannon, you have won. You're the first winner, and that means something. That you never forget your
No,
first.
I'm serious. I'm really excited.
All right, whatever. Hang on. There you go.
Whoa. Congratulations.
She's Shannon, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Shannon.
Shannon. All right. Now we're off and running with the dollar bill game.
Yeah, we are.
And the phone lines are working. It's business as usual.
Good deal.
I'm excited.
Oh, geez, I forgot. It's not exactly business as usual with gay phone operator in the studio.
Right.
Why are you here again?
Because Scott's gone.
Oh, geez.
Remember?
And you got the fresh hair, too.
I do.
All right.
I do.
Yeah, nice.
The T-Man. You're only 13 hours away from 2 all-new episodes of 24. Now, as the enemy grows more unpredictable.
I know about y'all, but I know about us. Ladies and gentlemen, you may still have a chance. Hollywood hotties Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston have split. The power couple announced their formal separation tonight. I know this is a sad story.
Terry, it broke on Friday evening, if I'm correct. I was doing nothing on Friday night but surfing the internet, and I saw it. And, well, this is what happens when you have a 9-month pregnant wife. Yeah. And the first thought that enters my mind, and I'm sure it entered everyone else's, or maybe not, the reports don't give any indication that this is the case. But my question is to you, Terry, or anyone else that would like to answer, except your gay phone number, is how much does Angelina Jolie play into this split up by Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston? How much does he factor in, Terry?
0.
Oh!
I don't think it's...
Oh, you're way off.
No,
I'm telling you.
They just, grew apart.
This has Angelina Jolie written all over it. It'll be a situation where 3 months from now, or less than that, you'll see them photographed, hanging out, we're just friends. And then 3 months from now, there'll be an official statement that they're seeing each other and adopting kids together.
Wow.
How much does Angelina Jolie play into this? Or more specifically, how much does Angelina Jolie's vagina play into this, Terry?
None, I'm telling you. None.
You're wrong. And when I say those words, the words Angelina Jolie's vagina, the best part about that, Terry, is that 50% of the audience goes, ew. And the other 50% goes, and it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with gender, because half the guys out there, believe it or not, when I said the words Angelina Jolie's vagina, they went, ew. And the other half, and a lot of them are heterosexual guys, Terry, and the other half went, And the women, when I said those words, Terry, half went, ew, and the other half went, So isn't that interesting, Terry?
That is interesting.
That's interesting, that kind of response you get when you say the words Angelina Jolie's vagina. And, Terry, it's a very significant a few words, Terry, because it plays a tremendous factor in all of a sudden Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt's happy marriage. They weren't just a couple seeing each other in Hollywood.
No.
It's not like just some little run-of-the-mill relationship like that Goldie Hawn has been in for 67 years. This was a marriage. They said I do to one another, Terry. They walked down the aisle. They had cake.
Yes, they did have cake.
They had a first dance.
Wow.
They had a band.
Did they have party favors?
They had the works, Terry.
Wow.
So this isn't just some little get-together that lasted a few years, and it's been fun, it's been real. We have no legal binding situation happening here, so we'll just, you walk that way, I'll walk this way, it's over. No. There's paperwork that has to be filed, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
There's situations that have to be worked out. And I ask again, how much does Angelina Jolie factor in here?
And I tell you again, none.
Oh. Well, I'm telling you, you're way off, and anyone who has any intuitiveness to them, Terry, can tell you that things changed the minute that Brad Sweaty Arm Pitt and Angelina Jolie hit that movie set together, Terry.
Uh-huh.
That movie's due out any week now.
Right.
And Brad Pitt, with a straight face, couldn't walk down that red carpet with Jennifer Aniston on his arm, knowing that he had done Angelina Jolie's 16 Ways to Sunday in that little trailer of theirs, or not so little, on the set of that movie.
It's the movie called 16 Ways to Sunday.
Mm-hmm. What are you giggling about with that weird hairdo of yours? If anyone should be giggling, it should be us. How much does Angelina Jolie play into this?
I don't want to even think about it.
Why? Why can't you think about Angelina Jolie as a homosexual man?
Because she's nasty.
Are you really homosexual?
Yeah, I really am. I am. She's nasty.
She's nasty?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at her, she's nasty.
Right.
It's just looking at her.
Yeah. Don't want to think about doing anything with her.
Okay. Let me ask you,
on the other hand.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
First of all, don't you have to be at work by now?
I need to leave about now.
So this is your last segment?
This is.
Oh, boo-hoo. And
You upset about that, huh?
you have
but I can call in on the way.
You have made it so clear. You have made it so clear that you have no ability to get down to the level where you could win $15,000 free dollars.
15,000.
You have made it so clear that you'll not be anywhere near 225 pounds by your next birthday, which is October 19th.
14th.
Right?
14th.
October 14th?
Yeah.
That, I might as well double the amount that I've offered you.
Because your
Why
money's
not?
so
Yes,
safe?
yes,
Whoa.
of course.
Wow, come on, T-Man,
30,000?
really?
What?
Come on.
Maybe there's a small part of me that says maybe he gained this weight, Terry, to kind of suck me in. Oh, jeez. To kind of lure me in. Still sounds bad.
Yeah.
Come on over.
To kind of reel me in, Terry, to try to get that price tag up a little higher. But he's not that smart.
No.
No. And he likes eating too much. Terry, he's gained weight since I... Here's the
but
deal.
he said he didn't go over. Granted, he lost the weight and gained it back, but he didn't go over.
Even if you tried to trap me in some sense and suckering me into this little off-ramp that I'm making you now, I am doubling my wager with you.
Are you serious?
Wow. Yeah, because you're going to die if you don't lose the weight, dude. No. We could all die, so that's beside the point. Anyhow, no one's safe in this world, but gay. If you get down to 225 by October 14th, $30,000.
No.
Safest money I ever had, Terry.
Oh, my gosh.
That's pretty crazy, though.
That is crazy.
And on top of that, gay.
It's a big gamble,
On
though.
top of that, balloons being dropped.
Wow.
Fanfare. Public setting. I'll make my first public appearance in the history of this program. After 8 some odd years of doing this little hillbilly show.
The big check.
We'll have a big Publishers Clearinghouse check. Ed McMahon will be there.
Wow.
Okay.
And on a stage in front of all the world, I will hand you an oversized check out of my own personal account for $30,000. Plus, I'll get on my knees and and Ola Saliba you.
Can I invite a guest?
All right, that's just a little prayer kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's not
right.
anything in the.
First thing you think of, can I invite a guest?
I know who it is too. He wants creators.
First of all, don't even start visualizing this day happening because there's no I'm looking at you right now. There's no possibility of you being a 225.
Okay.
Uh-oh. He's breathing heavy, too.
All of a sudden, he's getting a little worked up thinking about this. $30,000 is yours if you can. All right? All right.
Wow, that's
30,000.
big gamble.
This money is in Fort Knox.
Okay.
It's in the First National Bank with a 6-volted, I don't know what you call those.
You better call Lloyd's of London, get an insurance policy.
Oh,
I don't need this money insured. This is the best insurance in the world.
Wow. This is the renewed vigor, though, that he
I'm
might...
accepting your challenge.
Yeah.
This is the safest money ever in the history of the monetary world. All right.
Oh, my God. He's foaming at the mouth. No.
225, so that's what? Like,
That's anotanother 400 pounds he has to lose now.
And whatever from 390 on that.
Oh, so it's still quite...
He's back to 390.
Yeah.
Yikes. Back to E+.
Anyhow,
no, I'm not back to E+. I got a scale that works.
Can we please get back to Angelina Jolie's vagina? Do you have to go?
I do,
Go
eventually,
if you have to go. Then go. Go.
Okay, fine.
By the way, can I just tell you, though, this is why I believe that she has nothing to do with it. Because in the new Life and Style magazine, they're claiming that Brad is got some plans for Jen's little February 11th birthday.
Sorry, that's before they announced the split. All right? All bets are off now. And by the way, they were trying to keep a happy face for the past few weeks and then realized this isn't working.
Yeah, they were in Barbados or somewhere, weren't they?
All right. Now it's official. Now they've announced their split. Now all preceding little articles about the happy couple are voided out. Oh. People Magazine, by the way, this is such a big deal to People Magazine, the fact that Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston have split up, that they are putting out a special edition. I'm serious. You think I'm joking? I'm not.
No, I believe you.
Today,
I believe you.
By this afternoon, on the newsstands, People Magazine has rushed to presses, and they are putting out a special edition that will come out this afternoon when their normal weekly magazine would come out on Thursday.
Wow.
Their normal weekly magazine comes out later in the week, but they are putting a special edition out because of this breakup.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's how big a deal this is to them.
Yeah.
Is it that big a deal that People Magazine should have a special edition out?
Well,
their last one was like, what, Princess Diana probably?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyhow.
That is.
What they should do on the cover is put a big snapshot of Angelina Jolie's situation, Terry, because that's what we're dealing with here.
They'd sell a lot of magazines, I bet.
With Angelina?
With her situation.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, the phone lines are being reopened right now.
All right.
421-9393. If you'd like to give your thoughts, since People Magazine is rushing to press to put out an edition to cover the story that is Brad and Jennifer's breakup. Maybe some people out there have their thoughts. Are people depressed? Are people ecstatic? Could people care less? What is the situation?
Sure, a lot of people really are getting into it, though. They'll have a little timeline, I bet you anything. People have the little timeline of when they got together and how their breakup was.
The chronological little statistical breakdown of every step along the way in their relationship.
Absolutely. The times that they were gone.
This is the day Brad found out he did, in fact, have body odor. And it wasn't just an illusion.
Right.
Maybe Brad thought they were on a break. That's why he was with her.
This is when Jennifer bought him extra strength underarm deodorant. All right, 1-866-663-T-MAN is the number to call. I've reopened the phone lines, and let's see if there's some thoughts on Brad and Jennifer, or if people could care less. Hello, who's this?
Phil.
Phil?
Yeah.
Leave it to a guy like Phil to sum it all up for us. Phil, where are you calling from, sir?
I'm on the road, but I'm in Olympia.
In Olympia. And you obviously over the weekend heard the news. Brad and Jennifer are no longer a married couple, that another Hollywood marital situation has bit the dust. And your thoughts on this or what, Phil?
Well, I'm thinking she didn't have anything to do with it, Angelina. I think she's really weird looking.
All right.
She's got a nice proportions. She's got big hooters, but she's real skinny. Her arms look all gangly, and why would Brad go after her?
Phil, just because she doesn't do it for you for whatever reason doesn't mean you speak for the entire male population. You agree or disagree, Phil?
I agree.
Okay.
But
so I think I hear more women that like Angelina than I do guys.
Phil, just because you hear from whatever circle of friends you hang around with, and I don't even want to ask, Phil, does that mean, again, that you're speaking for the entire male population or no?
No.
Okay. So, Phil, don't you start to see now how your call so far has been a complete waste of time?
Well, it was a good time for me.
Okay, well, one of us had a good time.
Happy, right.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There are the thoughts of Phil.
But, I mean, does Angelina, see, to me, even though she's kind of weird and does weird things, kissing her brother and all that stuff, you know, I can't.
Why do you call that weird, Terry?
I can't really see her being the type to.
What's wrong with that?
It's a little weird. I can't really see her being the type to break up a marriage. You know, I mean.
Terry, I don't know if she did it purposefully.
But knowing that he's married and.
Well, no one in Hollywood's married, Terry, so I don't know if she did it. Even if you are married, you're not married in Hollywood. And she's Angelina Jolie.
I understand that, but
She's just mere flesh and blood, too. In the presence of Brad Pitt, maybe she couldn't help herself. I don't know. Or maybe it was that challenge. What does Jennifer have that I don't? Does she have this? Does she have these?
Maybe
and Brad's like, no, no, and no.
So let me try those out.
She could have auditioned for Friends and didn't get the part, so this is how she got back.
Oh, come on.
Should have been a good Monica. You're on the air. Hello.
Angelina Jolie is so incredibly hot, that guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
This guy's in a trance and doesn't even realize it. Sir? Is that all you needed to say, or?
Well, basically, she's way too hot for people to talk crap about her, so.
Uh-huh. All right, this guy will not allow it. Well,
so knock it off.
Even another second. And he has the number to call back again if someone tries it at any point further in the program. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, T-Man.
Hi.
I remember hearing about Angelina and him hanging out when they were they did a movie together, didn't they?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and Brad's always wanted kids, and she had her Cambodian son on set all the time, and I think that's where it started. But I mean, honestly,
are kids part of this equation? The Brad Pitt and the Jennifer Aniston breakup. Did one of them want kids and the other didn't? And is that enough? Well, it probably is to have a breakup of a marriage. But don't you know when you get into a marriage whether the other person that you're walking down the aisle with wants kids or not?
You should. Yeah, you should. Absolutely, you should. But it was probably the timing. I mean, sure, she said, yeah, I want to have kids. And he said,
he wants to have them.
He wants to have them now. And she's probably like, no, I don't want to have them right now.
It's pilot season, and I need another gig.
Yeah, it could be. You never know. I mean, I'm sure she had intentions of having his child, but the time was not it.
But if he's going to leave her because she's not having kids right now, then good. See you later. Goodbye.
So Brad said to her, if you don't have my kids now, I'm out. And she said, well, then that's the way it is.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure she's not hard up for boyfriends either.
It's a lot more complex than that. It's a lot more complex. It involves Angelina Jolie's vagina. That is the common denominator to this whole thing, Terry. It's a lot more, and believe me, her vagina is a lot more complex than any old kid may be. You're on the air. Hello.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with the first caller that said that he thought she was ugly, because compared to Jennifer Aniston, she's nothing. And plus, she's like bipolar, and I totally believe she tried to split up their stuff.
So given the option of having sex with one or the other, you would much rather have sex with Jennifer Aniston as opposed to Angelina Jolie?
Oh, wow, that's 100% correct.
He gave an oh, wow to preface his answer, Terry. Well, you got to realize, sir, that if we were to do a lightning poll of all the men in the world, and why don't we do that now on the program, you would be on the losing side of that poll. He's speechless, Terry.
He is.
You disagree with me? Sir? He passed out now, Terry. Are you there?
Yeah.
More men would want to have sex with Angelina Jolie than Jennifer Aniston, hands down. End of story.
Man, I don't know about that one.
Well, I just told you. Now you do know about it, because I just told you.
If he says
do a 10-person lightning poll, then.
10-person? He wants a lightning poll, damn it.
Right?
There's no need for a 10-person lightning poll, sir, and you want to know why?
The burning bush has spoken.
That's right.
Don't fuck with the burning bush.
Burning Bush told you he was very worried about the Seahawk game that happened this weekend, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was the most exciting game that had the worst conclusion in the world, Terry. I have been to many a football game. I have been to maybe a couple that were more exciting, but not many. Not many at all, Terry. This was exciting as a football game gets, and then just to leave you the way they left us made me feel like Jennifer Aniston.
All empty inside.
Mm-hmm.
There really was a game this weekend?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez.
You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes. Don't you have to go to work?
I do.
Oh, he's going to be late, get fired.
Yes.
Your fault.
And then the next thing you know, every day he'll be here.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, do you think it's more of a freak factor?
What, that Angelina Jolie's way more freaky and...
Yeah, because you can just look at Angelina Jolie and tell that she's a little bit freakier than Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, the way she adopts those kids and everything.
Wow.
You can tell she totally, needs it in a big thrusting way, Terry. Come on.
How do you know that Jennifer Aniston? I mean, granted,
Jennifer Aniston
so
likes to be made love to, Terry.
Still?
Some women just obviously reek of wanting to be made love to, and others just look like they want you to throw them up against the wall. And that's only the appetizer.
But I always thought it was the little quiet, mousy type that, are
Terry,
really kind of...
Some of those ladies do surprise you.
Yeah, so she could be a surprise.
Jennifer Aniston's no surprise.
Oh.
And maybe Angelina's a surprise.
Yeah, maybe.
Angelina's no surprise.
Maybe.
This one is just how it looks on the surface.
I guess if they carry blood around their neck. I guess.
Yes. If you carry a locket with Billy Bob's foreskin in it, it's fair to say that you're going to be kind of freaky in a sexual way. All right?
Oh, boy.
Anyone else you know carrying a locket with Billy Bob's foreskin in it? All right.
No.
There you go. Until you find someone like that, Terry, that turns out to be a sexual little mouse,
Yeah?
then this is the way it is.
Okay.
All right? All right. You're on the air.
What up, T?
How are you, sir?
I'm pretty good. How you doing?
Good to talk to you this morning.
Yeah, you too. I just wanted to say it's better to be single and rich.
Mm-hmm.
And then money can make anyone beautiful. So Angelina looks all right, but money makes her look a little better.
Uh-huh. You're calling. Hello, you're on the air. You're calling from Ocean Shores? That reminds me, Terry.
Yeah.
We got to wake up Hopscotch.
Yes.
Yes, what can we do for you, sir?
Hello?
Can you hear us all the way out in Ocean Shores?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah.
Is this the T-Man?
High tide just must have come in as we...
apparently he can't hear you.
As this guy got on the line. Yes, you're on, sir. What can we do for you?
Oh, I was just waiting for a lightning pull. I was going to say...
All right, what would your vote have been?
It would definitely be Angelina Jolie.
The burning bush has spoken.
All right!
With the burning
All
bush.
right! Stop giggling. Go to work. Fix that hair.
There's not much I can do with that.
You look like the Dutch boy in the paint. Got a fire hose shoved up his butt and turned it on. All right? He's like, ooh.
That's a nice idea.
Have a great gay day now.
Oh, boy.
I told you to go to work 15 minutes ago.
Well, I know, but I don't want to walk out while you're on the air.
Why?
I'll cause noise.
You cause noise just sitting there.
That's good noise, though.
That's the best noise that this show's ever had. You walking out?
You make me feel so welcome.
All right.
I just want to be held.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Then go to work immediately.
The T-Man.
Hello?
He was born in the bayou.
Eating a ham sandwich.
With a golden spoon. With golden teeth.
I think romantic is just sitting down and what a like this.
He's a guy looking for Miss Do-Right. And in the meantime, f***ing everybody inside.
Yeah.
He's high on life. And probably something else, too. And now, the most romantic man in the land.
Just chilling.
He's the ham sandwich guy.
I say 4 plus 1 equals 5, and it's still 2005, and I'm still alive. Now, what I'm about to do now is no secret. Everybody should know this. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your Mad Max Freestyle Monday morning wake-up call.
Yeah.
I say, whoa now, whoa now, whoa now.
Call. Bam. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, Hammy. Good morning there, sir. How are you feeling this morning? Obviously, you're off to a roaring start for the week.
Well, you know how I do it. Well, see, last night, T-Man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do, even though you haven't said anything yet.
That's what's amazing about
it. I was with one of my amigo friends to the amigos, you feel me?
Oh, I can't tell you how much.
And he's like, well, Hammy, look, you know what I'm saying? I missed your birthday Thursday, you know what I'm saying? I knew it was pretty big, but I'm going to hook you up with something, right? Now, you know what I'm saying? Since I've been in Seattle 8 long years, T-Man, I've never been hooked up with a prostitute before.
Oh, jeez.
You heard me?
I don't know if I like where this conversation's going, Ham Sandwich Man. You didn't call me on your birthday?
Oh.
All right, so what happened? What happened? Did you get a nice big birthday present for yourself there, or what?
Well, see, the more to the story is my whole life being in Seattle, I never got hooked up with a prostitute the way I got hooked up tonight. Now, you know what I'm saying? If they got a lot of worm on the bait, I mean, if they got a lot of worms or a lot of scrimps on your fishing hook, when you're fishing and they got a fish out there.
Terry, scrimp makes great bait, by the way. Yes, go ahead, Hammy. Finish the thought.
Big mouth bass or the big mouth fish is gonna bite the bait.
You got a big mouth bass for your birthday present?
Wow. Oh man, so peep it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The price was $150. You know what I'm saying? Well, now notice how I said that. I didn't say 150.
You said 150. Yes.
150.
Yes. I caught that, Hammy.
I told my amigo, dog, say, Wardy, bro.
Told him twice.
That's too much. You know, at least can we get a deal?
Mm-hmm.
You know
it's a birthday situation. You'd think you'd be able to get a deal, Terry.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, at least to buy one, get one free or something like that. He's got a coupon. It's double. Should be double coupon days on your birthday. Go ahead. So what's the end result here?
So the deal was, you know what I'm saying? The price was we had to hit her with that Jerry Rice to the $80. So that was cool.
Aha. So in honor of the Seahawks weekend, she was able to give you a Hall of Fame wide receiver discount.
I'm going long to throw a bomb.
Mm-hmm. Got the Hail Mary answered, Terry, over the weekend for his 30th birthday, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, the ham sandwich celebrated his 30th birthday over this past weekend.
And we're not going to kick no field goal. We're going to run a 2-point conversion.
Wow. Terry, it was a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Wow. And the ham sandwich man, for his birthday, for those keeping score at home, he covered the spread.
Wow.
Now, see the thing about the little tender tea, man?
I don't even know what the hell this conversation is really all about, Terry. Yes, Hammy, go ahead, continue. I'm following you completely.
Okay, now, see, this was just not any old little tender, man. You know, she kept on telling me, touch me, touch me.
Oh, sounds like a bad 80s Samantha Fox song.
Man, I got spooked, you heard me? I'm spooked now.
Wow, so you're spooked. She's ruined it for you and all prostitutes for the future. Is that what you're saying?
Because she speaks?
Yeah. Because she kept saying, touch me, touch me.
Because I never been through this type of experience in a long, long time, but she said it to me. My boobs, my booty, just touch me somewhere.
Wow, well, for the half-price discount that you basically got, she wanted to be, I guess, a little bit gratified herself there, Hammy. Were you willing to meet her halfway in that little negotiation of yours, or no?
I don't quite understand it, but I'm just going to say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but back to the spook point. I'm spooked now, but I'm ducked off in the room, right? Now, it got this other lady keep coming upstairs.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the other lady want, but she came and brought me a condom. I had like 10 of them in my back
Well, it was too late for that at that point. Hammy, let me ask you this. Let me just ask you very simply. Was it, when you look back now, and when you look back 5-10 years from now, will you remember your 30th birthday as a big-time birthday celebration, or did it not meet your expectations?
Well, it met my expectations all the way.
Mm-hmm.
All the way.
So you're advising men and their 30th birthdays to go prostitute all the way.
See, that's what men shouldn't do, because after I got down with the get down with her,
yes.
I told her,
did you get her number? Hammy, you're saying it was your first experience in your life after 30 years of living with a prostitute, and those out there who may still be confused would like to know if you enjoyed your first virgin prostitute experience, or you did but you wouldn't go back again, or you didn't enjoy it at all.
Well,
this is our ham sandwich pop quiz of the morning.
I guess so.
Here are your responses that you could choose from. A, it was so big time, I'll be back for more by 2 p.m. B, T-Man, it was a great experience, but I don't see myself going back ever again. Or C, T-Man, not worth the money or the emotional stress.
Oh, yeah.
Emotional stress, huh?
All I can say on that, before someone answer that, who got $80 more for me? Send me back.
Well,
somebody send me back this morning.
Something tells me it's going to be the 30th birthday for the ham sandwich man for the rest of the year.
I think so. I think you're right with that.
Hammy.
But it was real good. You know what I'm saying? It was real proper to me.
Now I do know what you're saying.
Yeah, it was. When I say it was real good.
Yes.
Come on, man. Blast off, Hammy.
Oh, jeez.
Blast off.
Blast off.
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Would it have been as good as if it was full price, though?
Well, Houston, we have a problem. Anyhow, Hammy, I am very excited that you had a quality 30th birthday.
Well, me too also. And,
Yes.
I thought Tasty Day was trying to holler at me and tell me something.
No. Unless you're hearing voices in your head, I don't see Pasty doing anything but sitting back and listening to what you're telling him. He's about to celebrate a 30th birthday sometime in the future, too.
Who's Tasty Day to the Virgin?
Well, Tasty is only 27, but yes, the Virgin may need a 30th birthday like that if it's still with the status that we're in right now.
Oh, yeah.
Young Buck. Boy, Tasty to the day, but a blast off.
Yes, I know. It's crazy. Knowing Tasty, she'll just say to him she likes him as a friend. Anyhow.
And not give him a discount.
Abby, I'm glad you checked in. I'm glad you're sounding all ready to attack the weekend like never before.
Well, you know what I'm saying. This is the beginning of the week, and this is Monday, the Monday that we love to hate and love.
Now, Hammy, do you think some of the listeners out there, be they men, be they women, or let's just focus on the women, do you think they may be disappointed in you that you celebrated your 30th birthday by doing something that is technically illegal and... Even though it's the oldest profession in the history of the world, as they say, Terry. Do you think some of the ladies out there that were Ham Sandwich Man fans may be a little bit put off by the fact that he got his gratification through his birthday hooker, Terry?
Could be. Could be.
Hey, all I can tell the listeners, hey, don't hate on me because I wish I can get some more because it was fire to me. And you know one thing about fire, it burns.
Well, it may start burning, Hammy. You better be careful.
Better go to the public health department.
Hammy, I will tell you this. You have not sounded, you usually sound pretty chipper, but you have not sounded more upbeat as I can recall since the ham sandwich release party.
Hey, like Nelly said, it's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here, people.
There he is. Ladies and gentlemen. Fresh out of a birthday weekend.
Boy, oh boy.
With $80 less in his pocket.
That's right. But it was well worth it.
Well worth it.
He's
looking
on fire.
Looking for another 80.
Yeah, he is.
And his pee's on fire. Up in here. Burning hot. Now, Stephen, would you like to make a little rebuttal type plea to the listeners that may have been cheering along with the Ham Sandwich Man during that whole little rundown of the weekend?
For his weekend?
Yes. Would you like to bring a counter point of view to the table?
Well, it's kind of disappointing that he did resort to that. I mean, he seems to be the type of guy who can pick up women at will. I don't know why he has to pay for it.
Yes. Now, someone who may have no other option but screw their dog, that might be the person that would want on their 30th birthday to get a hooker.
Could be, yeah. I don't know anybody like that either. But
well, I asked a question about whether some segments of the audience may look down on the Ham Sandwich Man for his behaviors over the weekend. Stephen, would you say you fall into that category or no?
Well, I do. I mean, I'm disappointed in him. It was surprising to me that he would resort to that.
Why do you say that? You thought he was above a behavior like that in your mind?
Well, I don't know if he's above it or not, but I mean, I think that he's definitely a guy who's not ever had trouble finding women. I mean, the release party, he got enough numbers there. He should be able to pull somebody in for his birthday.
So you think the people that go to hookers are doing so because they have no other options? You can't come up with any other rationale as to why a man or woman would want to bring on the services of a prostitute other than the fact that they can't get it anywhere else?
I don't know if that's true, but I think for him, he can get it, at will, it seems like.
Yes, we've established that, and we all agree. And I again ask you, is that the only reason you can see in your mind as to why a man or woman would want to retain the services of a pro?
Well, I mean, unless they're looking for something that, they don't normally get from their bevy of women,
Getting warmer. Work this through, Stephen. You're almost there.
You can do it, Stephen.
Oh, yes.
Are you looking for the...
He's getting a little uncomfortable now.
Yeah,
you can
is.
hear his palms starting to sweat, ladies and gentlemen.
Just a second here.
He's taking a sip of a frosty beverage to bring him back around.
Himself.
Yes.
Thinking for like things that he may not normally get, like maybe,
Right. All right, you work on this, you get back to us, all right, Stephen?
Like exit-only stuff, I don't know.
All right, don't work on it that much, all right? Lord. At least we were able to take your mind off your anger this morning, Terry.
Well, anytime you talk to Hammy.
Because it was just about an hour ago, if I recall correctly, Terry, that you were a little bit irate over there.
Still a little irritated.
At one of your coworkers.
Yes.
A coworker that to my knowledge, you have a decent relationship with, and yet you try to get him fired an hour ago.
I'm not trying to get him fired. I'm just trying to point out that's ridiculous. For Christopher Cross, it's like a little personal day.
Well, let me reestablish what we're talking about here, and then maybe I'll make that phone call that we talked about, Terry. I have to admit that when he approached me about 4 to 6 months ago, I thought he was joking. All right.
Yes.
But about 4 or 6 months ago, Hopscotch Scott did come up to me and asked if he could have a personal day sometime in January so that he could go to some tribal casino, whatever the hell kind of casino it is, and he can spend the night so he can see Christopher Cross performing in his one engagement in the Northwest this year.
This year.
I laughed and said, sure! Ha-ha! That's a good one!
I thought he was kidding.
Yeah.
Well, last week he comes to me and he says, hey, remember I have that personal day coming for the Christopher Cross concert? And I said, what? I said, you were serious about that? And he told me with a straight face, yes, I was serious about that, and I've already made the reservations and arrangements. So, ladies and gentlemen, Hopscotch Scott, better known as Hot Shot Scott, is not with us this morning because he is fulfilling that long-time dream, that well-planned and thought-out evening, overnight, under the covers situation with Christopher Cross. I try to make it sound more gay, Terry. I don't know if you can make it sound more gay than just saying he went to a Christopher Cross concert.
Right.
Well, when Terry was informed this morning that Hotshot was not here in the studio today because he was taking in a Christopher Cross concert. And what casino was it? Did you confirm what casino it was there? Hello?
Yes.
What?
The Skagit Valley.
What are you serving?
I think it's the Skagit Valley Casino.
Yeah. Pasty's taking the reins this morning.
Yeah.
Doing it quite well. Has he ever looked more stressed, Terry?
No.
The Skagit?
Yeah, it's Harrah's Skagit Casino, yeah.
You looked it up, Stephen, as well?
I did, yeah.
Well, Terry, I don't want to have to replay the tape, but when I first told you this morning the reason Hotshot was not here, you screamed, you yelled, and you demand his immediate firing.
That's pretty shocking, actually.
It was shocking. It was very revealing, Terry. Not revealing to us, but I'm sure members of the listening audience, to see that side of you, that scathing side of you, that they don't get to see on a regular basis, but we often do.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the listeners that they don't normally get to see that.
That's right. You said it was lame, it was wrong, it was a situation that was basically grounds for his immediate dismissal.
Yeah, I don't understand why he can't drive back. It's not that big of a deal. I've done more than that.
So there's a lot of resentment built up in this area between you and Hotshot, and you're not going to keep it hidden.
No.
You're going to make it clear that he was not very accommodating or friendly to you during your situation when you were ill.
Right.
With the in vitro situation, and you took off not one day, which he requested, Terry. He just wanted one day. You took off, last I remember, about 3.5 years, wasn't it? Yes.
Mind you.
And we kept your chair warm, Terry.
Yes, you did.
We had some rotating, revolving door replacements for you, but it was never a situation where we were looking to fill your job.
Right.
And here Hotshot is now taking one personal day because for some reason, in some bizarre, and I never have used the word bizarre more impactful than this, Terry. This is the real definition of bizarre. In some bizarre fashion, he has this fascination with Christopher Cross, of all people.
Well, then he can just go follow Christopher Cross.
97% of the listening audience don't even know who Christopher Cross is.
I understand that.
All right.
Yes.
Stephen, do you have one song maybe that captures the essence of Christopher Cross to just give an example of how lame the situation is?
Yeah, we'll get one for you.
I mean, this is more gay than anything we've ever discussed with Gay Phone Operator, to be honest.
Just a little.
I know, it makes the Greek tycoon look a little bit different.
Hotshot is a heterosexual man, and yes, he did take his girlfriend on this little runaway to the Quinault casino, whatever it is. What casino?
Skagit.
Skagit Casino.
Do you want Arthur's theme?
Oh, please don't tease me. Play it. Don't wait. Man. Remember when music was this gay?
Yes.
Remember when this was all that was on the radio?
Oh, yeah, #1 hit.
This was like #1 when I was 9. Yeah. I saw this movie when I was 9 years old.
Wow.
Once in your life, you find her.
You know you do.
Someone who turns your heart around.
Can you imagine Christopher Cross on one knee singing this to Hot Shot because he's the only one in the crowd?
I bet it happens.
Yeah. When your favorite singer is playing at the little casino by open sewers, Terry,
yeah,
doesn't that pretty much give you an idea that maybe they're not as popular as you'd like them to be?
You think?
I think it's the first time people are realizing that a man sings a song. Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a man singing this song. And this is the man who performed last night at the Skagit Valley Casino where Hotshot was in attendance.
All by himself with his girlfriend?
And requested a personal day to spend an overnight to see this concert. Because, Terry, when you see Christopher Cross, you know you're so wrecked after the show.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
That you can't drive home.
Can I also point out that while I was sick and in the hospital, did you guys not call me every day?
Yes,
you called me every day.
Yes.
Even at home.
I'm trying to figure out your point here, Terry. We were concerned for you. You were having blood transfusions.
Right? But I still talked to you. I still kept you up to date on the... Why could he, if he can't drive home, why can't he not give a call and still participate?
Well, Terry, do you hear the venom? Do you hear the bitterness in your voice right now as it pertains to this situation? You're angry.
I am. I'm pissed.
How can you
Even when the babies came home from the hospital?
Yes.
Hey, did I get a day off? No.
Terry, how can you be this angry when Christopher Cross is
singing? It's difficult. I don't see where that comes from.
When you get caught chucking a moon in New York City, Terry, doesn't move you at all?
No.
Oh. So you're angry. Is that
Hell yes, I'm angry.
Is that fair to say?
You think?
Just want to make sure we've established that.
I'm pissed.
Mm-hmm. So you think your reasons for your personal days...
Yes.
Can't put enough S's on that, Terry, for as many days as you took off.
Right.
Certainly overweighs the situation of him taking one day. And he hasn't asked for it in his existence on this program, Terry.
All right.
I can't even count on one hand the amount of days he's asked for it.
Have I ever asked for a personal day?
Terry, you took 3 years straight off.
Have I ever asked for a personal day off? And as long as I've been on this show.
All right, let me call the casino and tell him, let me see if I can reach him, find him in the hotel, and tell him you want him fired and he shouldn't show up for work tomorrow.
Go follow Christopher Cross around.
I think Christopher Cross uses a pseudonym when he checks in.
Does he really need to?
I think that's Stephen's point. Let me just say this before I call him, Terry. Let me call him first.
Do I care if we wake him up? No.
Wait till the casino hears us in the background when we call him.
Welcome to the Skagit.
Please
listen carefully to the following menu options.
What's Hotshot's last name?
For immediate assistance, press 0 at any time.
Isn't his last name Soda?
If you know your party's extension,
is it
press
Soda?
1.
Soden.
It's Scott and Soda, right?
Yeah.
2. For catering, sales, bus, or charter groups, press 3. For entertainment, marketing, or club card, press 4. For human resources, press 5.
Press 5.
For table or slot operations, press 6.
Yeah, I want to talk about slot operations.
Payroll or purchasing, press 7.
Is this the right number?
Or risk management,
I just want to talk to a
8.
guest.
For the executive offices, press 9. Or you can stay on the line to hear these options again.
Oh, please. Make my day.
Welcome to the Skagit. Please listen carefully to the following menu options.
Right.
For immediate assistance, press 0 at any time for the resort operator.
Oh, there you go.
0.
If you know your party's extension...
All right, 0. 0 it is. Scott Soden.
Good morning, Skagit Valley Resort. This is Tammy. How may I direct
Yes,
your
hello,
call?
Tammy. May I please have the room of Scott Soden?
How do you spell that?
Soden. S-Odin. S-O-D-E-N?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. One moment.
Oh, thank you.
How do you spell that? Soden?
I thought it was soda. Now everyone's going to be calling him thanks to you, Terry.
Good. Wake up.
Uh-huh.
Big guy.
The person in this room is not available
Wow.
to take your call.
Not even
Please leave
taking
a
calls,
message after
Terry.
the tone,
Down in the casino,
or for
probably.
operator assistance, just press 0.
What, you never made it back from Christopher Cross's room last night? Terry Free has a couple of choice words for you, Mr. Soda. As soon as you can bring yourself to a phone and can call the hotline, Terry Free has been going off all morning on you and your little girlfriend, demanding that you both be fired from your positions of employment because she sees this as an unacceptable personal day. Is that right, Terry?
That is correct.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on, big fella, get in the old truck and let's come on home.
Terry. While you're there, pick us up Ronnie Millsap tickets. He's there March 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's all take a personal day for that.
Ronnie Millsap. I can't take it anymore. I swear. It's quite the lineup. Well, all right, Scott. You got the point. Bye.
I mean, was he by himself, him and his girlfriend, all by themselves, watching Christopher Cross?
Well, I don't know how many people they pack in for Christopher Cross, Terry, but I'm sure he has enough fans that they brought him out to the casino for a reason, Terry.
But you guys all went just in the past year.
Yes.
Saw him.
When he came to the Emerald Queen Casino a year ago, Hopscotch got us all tickets, and it doesn't take much to get me to go to a casino. I went.
Okay.
I went, and I saw that bald fat bastard playing up there about a year ago.
Okay, so what can change in a year? Is he adding new songs? I doubt
Terry,
it.
he's pumping out new songs like crazy. You haven't heard his 6 new albums since then?
Oh, yeah, great.
All right, Terry.
What, you had fireworks this time?
Listen, the fact that you are this worked up over this, you would think there'd be some camaraderie between you and your fellow co-workers, Terry, that you wouldn't show him up like this on the air.
If he would have been a little bit more sympathetic to my situation, maybe so. But he's not, and he always jokes about it like, oh, yeah, like it wasn't as bad as it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like I lied about 11 blood transfusions. Like I lied about having twins.
No, I don't think he lied. He thinks you lied about having twins. He's seen the twins, and he sees them every day. I'm looking at him right now. And
but I mean, he had no sympathy for me whatsoever, laying up in a hospital bed.
So this is payback, is what you're saying. You're saying that this is a moment you've been waiting for in some sense because you sat back and listened to him poke fun at you in your medical condition, and now all of a sudden you hear he's taking a personal day for Christopher Gay-Ass Cross, and this is time where you let loose of both barrels that you've been hanging on to. Well, Terry, in that sense, it makes a little sense to me, but still, you would think that you'd be a little bit more understanding to a coworker and wouldn't be on the air lobbying for his immediate dismissal. Because, Terry, you may just have a strong enough argument that I may have to fire the guy.
If it was a medical reason, fine. No medical reason here.
What if it was like Usher or somebody like that? Would you be more?
If it was Usher, Terry?
No, not
you
even
understand
Usher.
that?
Mm-mm.
Is there any act? What if Omar Epps started a singing career?
Not even Omar Epps.
Would you want to take a personal day and go out to the Quinault?
No, I would
never.
never.
What is it, the Skagit Valley deal?
Yes. And I've never asked for a personal day.
Mm-hmm. Why do I keep saying Quinault? What is that?
That's
an
another
Ocean
one.
Shores.
That's not a mattress or something?
No.
All right, let me go to the phones and see what people's reaction is to this. Because, Terry, you are acting in a behavioral fashion that is quite startling and surprising, I'm sure, to many an audience member. Or maybe they'll say, you go, Terry! I heard him poking fun at you for too long! You're on the air. Terry's bunt.
Right.
Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Terry is jealous.
What? Terry's jealous? Why?
I don't know. It sounds like she's a little overworked for this, huh?
Terry, you overworked. I don't think you can be overworked when you just got off a 3-year layoff. You're on the air. Hello.
P.
Yes.
Terry's a bitch. Listen, when you can't take time off of work to have your 15th kid and consider that a medical reason.
Yeah, you can when you are in the hospital and you're tied up.
Yeah,
with
but his
tubes and all
point,
that
his
stuff.
point is
The guy wants one day off. You want to have your 18th child.
But you got to admit, sir, it's kind of a gay reason to want a day off, right or wrong.
What'd you say?
It's kind of a pretty gay-ass reason to want a day off of all the times that you ask for a day.
Okay.
It's not a football game. It's not.
It's for Christopher Cross at the Skagit Valley? That's his personal day?
Well, hey, the guy wants to spend a day seeing Christopher Cross. Let him go see Christopher Cross.
I mean, I've even come back to work when I've gone to Vegas and got back at crazy hours. Still came in.
Right.
Didn't, bitch?
And so does T-Man.
Yes. Terry, the point that the caller may have been making is, you talk about your medical situation as if it was something that happened beyond your control, and yet you were the one who went to the doctor and said, take that big turkey baster and pump me full of JD's little spermies there.
True.
And you're the one who wanted to be impregnated by your new husband, and you were the one who had twins because of your own doing. And it's hard for some people to feel sorry for you when you're trying to make it seem like you were so medically stricken by a situation that was beyond your control. That's not the case.
Actually, and the thing is that when I was pregnant with Jaya on the air, and I worked all the way through. And just like I expected to work when I had the twins.
You're on the air. Hello. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you're on, sir. Turn your radio down. Sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think you should get fired.
Who should be fired?
Scott.
Why is that? You just heard that song and you hated it?
Because
You got another one, Steven?
you don't take personal day to go see a concert when you should be at work, especially when you've seen them last year.
Is there any concert that's worthy of anyone being allowed a day off from work? Is there anyone we can agree on?
No, probably not. I mean...
Summer Jam 2005. That's all this was. This was just a way to wean ourselves into an advertisement for Summer Jam 2005.
Oh, boy.
Starring Montel Jordan and Genuine.
Really? God, I haven't seen him in years.
Terry.
What?
Here's another of Christopher Cross's greatest hits, right, Stephen?
Oh, yeah.
And,
I appreciate Christopher Cross, but not, come on.
Yeah, you're more from his generation than anyone else, Terry.
I like him too. But guess what?
Maybe you're just angry because Hopscotch didn't ask you to go with him.
No.
Oh.
He could have drove back. So you would have been a little tired. So we wouldn't have heard much from you. Nothing new.
Okay. Oh, jeez. You're on the air. Now you're singing.
Me?
Yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that I don't think Hot Shot contributes much to the show anyways. He just sits there and makes farting noises. Nobody can tell if it's Steven or Hot Shot. He doesn't really
All
do
right. Well,
anything.
now this is getting ridiculous.
Would you like some farting noises? I can do that too.
No, Terry, you can't. As a matter of fact, the skill that I've been looking for years before he joined the program. And he's been an invaluable member of this show.
So if he's so invaluable, why is he not here?
So I don't want you and all of a sudden now these callers that are following you like little ducks, Terry, because you have that power, right, to start knocking his contributions to the program. Now let's all just sit back, relax, and listen to the soothing sounds of Christopher Cross. Louder, please. All right, I'm getting nauseous. Make it stop, Steven.
Can't now that it started.
All right, then Hot Shot's fired.
The T-Man. You're only...
The supermodel and the singer. Extra was first to report that Heidi Klum and Seal were on their way to the altar. Now, has the couple confirmed?
I thought they were talking about Hot Shot and Christopher Cross for a second. They said the supermodel and the singer, Terry, but I was sadly mistaken.
The supermodel and the singer.
Yes.
Extra was first to report that Heidi Klum and Seal were on their way to the altar.
Oh.
Now, has the couple confirmed? True enough, on Heidi's website, she reveals we affianced on a glacier in Canada. That means she and Seal got engaged on a big piece of ice. No date yet set for the wedding.
Well, that's romantic, huh?
It is.
Yeah, so see, there you have it. Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt are breaking up, but Heidi Klum's been kissed by a rose. So it all evens out, Terry, don't you know?
So sweet.
Okay, so because we do have some people this morning doing their jobs, Terry.
Yep, I am doing a job.
I want to state for the record that... well, I'll stay for the record later. I want you to go to your pile of stuff over there, Terry.
Okay.
And tell me what you have as far as stories that may be of interest this morning. Go ahead.
Shocking story, actually. 2 first graders got caught trying to have sex in Indianapolis. It happened at Public School 69.
Oh, geez.
They've been...
All right, Terry.
No, I'm telling you.
You think maybe you're reading a story that is another hoax internet story or what?
No, it's
Public
from the Indianapolis
School 69.
Star. Yes, I'm telling you. It's from the Indianapolis Star.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they've been suspended from school for 5 days, and the teachers found the kids in a stairwell trying to perform the act.
Do you really think the 2 first graders that are, 6 years old are going to be in the stairwell trying to have sex, Terry, and the administration catches them, and then after an analysis determines that they were trying to have sex, and even if they determined that, they would then go on and suspend these kids? Yes. No, they would see these kids as kids with serious problems, and instead of suspending them for 5 days, they would get them some kind of counseling to decipher what the problem is here. Maybe there's a child molestation as part of the equation here. I cannot... Let me see that story, please. It's from the Indianapolis paper.
Yeah, I told you that.
I don't believe it, though, Terry.
Oh, they were just playing tetherball, not sex.
And I agree with you on the whole, I mean, they learned it from somewhere. So, yes, I'm sure that's a concern. And
so you want me to believe in what looks like here to be a pretty reputable-looking piece of a newspaper. You're trying to have me believe that this public school just happens to be School 69.
Yes.
In Indianapolis, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a mere coincidence here. Well, when you're the superintendent of Public School 69, you have to be on top of everything, and you have to be very strict on certain things, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I can't believe it.
Pretty shocking.
All right.
Yeah.
What else? Let's move on.
Okay, how about this? High schools are using... Stop.
I'll reread this one later. Yeah, go ahead.
Apparently, high schools around the United States are using breathalyzers to find drunk students. Not only at dances, but even during the school day, they're saying.
So in the middle of, in between 4th and 5th period, Tommy walking down the hall can be stopped because he's kind of swerving in and out of his lane.
Right.
On his path to his next class, and be pulled over to blow into that apparatus.
Right. Mm-hmm. In fact, one of these companies, a St. Louis-based place, said that they have sold about 2,000 to high schools across the United States.
Yeah, Tino, you're going to have to take a breathalyzer. We don't know what you were thinking when you tried to hit on Jessica there. You must be drunk. Blowing this thing right now. Oh, there it is, 2.3. You're out of here. Come on.
It's terrible that it's come to that.
Why can't you have a little bit of a nip here and there in between a couple of classes in high school, Terry?
Come on.
How are you supposed to get through the day? That's frowned upon?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
After a tough test, you know?
No tolerance,
You got
man. Zero
midterms.
tolerance.
You got midterms on the horizon. You're not expected to take a nip here or there?
No, you're not.
So they're going to have breathalyzers in the hallways.
Yeah.
And they're going to have people monitoring people's behavior and determining and deciphering whether or not they are in need of a breathalyzer test.
Right.
So this is supposed to be some kind of deterrent to get high schoolers to stop drinking, because there is the belief that high schoolers and their drinking is a little bit out of control. And if it's happening a little bit, that's enough to be out of control. Is that fair to say?
Fair to say.
Stephen, did you drink a lot in high school?
In high school, no.
So,
out of high school, no.
Was there ever a portion in your life where you drank a little bit?
Like, I've probably had a couple of drinks in a night once.
Maybe take the edge off here or there. If anyone needs to take a little bit of the edge off, Stephen, we vote for you.
Well, I don't think I've ever had a drink to take the edge off, no.
How would you have approached a situation if, back in your day, they had a breathalyzer ready to be used in the hallways of your high school? Would it have in any way altered your high school experience?
No, I think it would have been cool, though. That would have been funny.
You would have liked to have seen certain individuals pulled over.
Yes.
To go through the standard DUI or HSUI tests.
I probably would have been the monitor, the one carrying it around or pointing the people out.
Reporting it to the principal.
Right.
Because there are a couple of people in this listening audience that may have gotten in a little bit of trouble.
It wasn't me, but I'm telling you right now, and I will say for 2005, forget 2004, Terry Free, you have the right to stand your ground because you had a medical emergency, and under the Medicare Act, paternity leave, you have the right to take the time off, but Hot Shot Scott did not, for no reason, under no circumstances, have the right to take off to go see Christopher Croft. That's unacceptable, and I'm telling you right now, I'm going to stand on the ground,
And if you want to sue, I'm behind you, Terry.
Terry, is there ever a day in his life where he's blowing under a .4?
No. No, I'm blowing under .1, baby.
Yeah. So you're on, am I understanding you correctly, John, that through the drunkenness, you're making a claim that you are on Terry Free's side in this situation, if you will. You are taking her complaint side, and you are speaking on her behalf. And Hotshot's personal day is inexcusable as far as you're concerned.
It is unacceptable for him to take the day off when Terry was laying up in the freaking hospital having blood transfusions, like she said, and me personally, I feel she fell under the Paternity Medical Act.
Right. Yes.
Where she had the right to lay up and
ladies and gentlemen,
do whatever.
This is the end result of two first graders having sex. This is one of those first graders as an adult.
Save them now.
The T-Man. Tonight on Fox.
Steven, you got your sea legs back?
Oh, yeah. No problem.
I mean, your land legs?
Land legs are there. Yeah.
Right, because you don't sound well, I'll tell you that.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Make sure that right after the show ends, and we're getting closer now, that you leave immediately.
Okay.
Because if you get me involved in any of your little love boat or whatever, Panama, 14-day cruise germs, if I get any of that stuff, I'm going to be angry.
I would imagine you would be.
All right, especially with the T-Baby due any second now.
Yeah, how's that going?
Well, I'm assuming it's going fine.
Good.
I'm not in there with him, but I'm assuming he's doing well.
I'm very excited.
All right. Everything good with you now that you're back?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
You're getting back in the swing of it okay?
Seem to be,
But you don't feel well?
No.
And on the cruise, you were telling us earlier this morning, we didn't have time to talk about it, but 3 people died?
Yes, 3 people died,
crazy.
And they actually had some other issues where they had to take people off because they were sick. But they said that happened a lot.
Do you think maybe you're starting to understand how we questioned your interest in going on a 14-day cruise now?
Well, in order to do that itinerary, it has to be 14 days. So.
All right, maybe now you understand why no one should want to go on any cruise that has an itinerary for 14 days, no matter how great it may seem?
It does seem, it is a long time.
Okay.
I do agree with you there.
And 3 people, you're not lying, died on your cruise ship.
Not lying.
And they made it seem like, oh, no big deal, this happens all the time.
Yeah, pretty common.
And you believe that?
Well, I believe it when the average age is not like people our age, so...
Well, yeah, it's not even close. It's like 74.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably kidding by saying that, but that's probably true. It's pretty close. I would say upper 60s at least.
So it's pretty standard that every cruise little run they have of a 14-day variety, 3 people on the average will die.
Right, and, the ship's doctor doesn't have all of the medical, he's too busy hitting on chicks like we saw in the Love Boat. So.
Stephen, you'll never do that again. Tell me I'm wrong.
A 14-day cruise?
Yes.
I will never do a 14-day cruise again.
Thank you.
I do agree with you on that.
Okay, why don't you just say it, T-Man? You were right. It was a little torturous.
It wasn't torturous, though. But
by day 9, I considered hanging myself, but I figured I'd make it through.
Yeah, it wasn't torturous.
Right.
I mean, I enjoyed everywhere we stopped. I didn't like getting sick the last day.
Well, I'm assuming since you were on this cruise with your wife, the lovely Amy, that there was a lot, because after day 2 you had exhausted everything there is to do on the ship. There was a lot of love-making. Is that fair to say, or what? And maybe there's a Stephen Kilbreth baby as a result of this torturous 14-day cruise, because I'm sure, Terry, that they realized there was nothing to do, and Amy was getting as horny as Stephen may have been or may not have been. I know he was having Campbell withdrawal, and they turned to each other and said, hey, or Amy turned to you and said, hey, big fella, there's nothing left to do on this ship, so let's go 2 straight weeks of nothing but sex.
Well, you do stop places, too. I mean,
and then Stephen said, well, I think there's charades on the Lido deck. See you later. Bye.
I gotta go.
Actually, charades was in the International Show Lounge. They didn't do it outside.
Nothing better than international charades. So, Stephen.
Well, they did it inside because it was too hot to do it outside.
Tell me if that's accurate. Because you went on a 14-day cruise and because you were just deathly bored by day number 2, as we could all assume, did you have an unbelievable whirlwind experience of non-stop sexual action or no?
Well, I wouldn't say it was. I wouldn't say nonstop. I mean, sure, things like that happen when you're a married couple within a 2-week period.
Mm-hmm. Within a 2-week period, you're going to leave us with the impression that there should have been some sexual activities between you and your wife.
Because every other day you're in a new city and you're experiencing new things, and of course there's bingo in the Princess Theater that you want to go to every day, and there's shuffleboard out on deck 7, and there's things going on.
Well, as speculated, could the result of this sexual activity that took place finally between you and your wife, could the result of that be a little kill breath on the way, or what?
I don't think so, no.
Well, let me ask you, did you, in this whirlwind, never-ending, tireless sexual spree that you were on this love boat of yours,
I described it, yes.
Was there contraception used between man and wife?
Well, I mean, there's
of any variety. Was there contraception used between man and wife on the love boat with Isaac the friendly bartender making sure that your drinks were fully loaded?
At this point, there is no attempt to create a little kill breath.
I didn't ask that question. I asked during the sexual entertainment that you had for one another, during your experiences of lovemaking on the cruise ship that you were just on and you just got off with this terrible cold or whatever else it may be, some very exotic disease that you have now.
Right.
Was there any type of contraception used between you and Amy during your lovemaking sessions on your cruise ship?
Well, I mean, if you're not trying to have children, then yes, you would be using contraception, I would think. I would think most people
I'm not
would do
asking
that.
what you think. I'm asking what you know.
Well, that's my answer then.
The answer is yes, there was contraception used.
Well, if you're not trying to have kids...
why can't you just say yes or no?
Yes, I'm answering that, but it's a statement to everybody. If you're not trying to have children, you should probably do that.
Don't feel like you need to make a public service announcement for the rest of the communities of the world. I'm just asking you about you.
You shouldn't just be frivolously, opening it up to everybody. So,
but there are plenty of people who do and they don't want to have kids.
See how uncomfortable?
I know. It's unfortunate.
Maybe that's why he's making that point. You see how uncomfortable he is when he talks about sex? He talks about frivolous and whatever else just spewing out of his mouth.
That's because my throat is like daggers.
Yes or no answer. I'm going to look for it one more time, even though I feel comfortable. We've gotten close to what seems like a straight answer, but not close enough. Was there contraception used on your lovemaking portion of your cruise? Yes or no?
Well, yeah.
Why did there have to be a well?
Well, I was trying to think of a way, but yeah. I mean, I guess there's no two ways around it.
Find a way to say yes.
Without really saying it, but I guess I've tried that
and
it didn't work.
What method of contraception do you and your wife
use?
That's
personal.
Why should that be more personal than the previous question? I'm just curious now.
Well, at this point, we're not trying to have
Because if you don't answer, we'll have to assume it's the IUD. What, I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Well, then that's what
we
use.
It is one.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a contraception.
Right. What? Is it still available?
Yes, it is.
Okay. What kind of contraception is that, the IUD?
It has to be
is something women have to lay down for, Terry?
Yes.
Oh,
it's implanted in you.
If it's one of those things women have to lay down for, it makes me laugh. Anyhow, what method, what form of contraception is the kill breath choice?
Okay, you're right. We never did it. Sexless marriage.
Why can you finally come to terms with answering the first question? But as far
it takes
as
a while. I mean, I get nervous.
Here you were standing on your soapbox giving a public service announcement.
The pill, all right? What do you want?
Of how important contraception was, and then you can't even give an example of what you use.
I think people should personally choose the ones that they want to use. They shouldn't go by what I say.
Give them an example of what you use. There are some people out there that may...
There's condoms.
After you stood up and you made a little announcement of how important it is when you're not interested in having children at a portion of time in your life to use contraception, after people just got won over by you and now look up to you, you could then give them an example of what contraception you use. I'm going to get it out of him, Terry. What form of contraception did you use on this particular trip?
On this particular trip?
Yes.
Well, I mean, there's all sorts, but I think, she's on the pill, I guess. I mean, that's basically...
Yes.
Are you sure you're not on the pill, Stephen?
I could be.
I think he's...
But I think,
so the pill.
That's one version. There's also, if you really want people to know about other forms of contraception, there's lots of them out there for people.
Right, and nothing more than what a health class from Stephen Cooper. Anyhow, so there's our answer.
There's the rhythm method.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I'm sure that's a very acceptable form of contraception as certified by the Planned Parenthood Association.
All right. But no, we're not planning any little kill breaths anytime soon. It's going to be in the future, I'm sure. But, I'm sure I'll keep you posted.
How long have you guys been married now? What, 4 or 5 years?
4 years, yeah.
4 years.
And Terry is obviously leaning towards a question of what are you waiting for? If not, after 4 years, you're ready to have children. What are you waiting for? I could see where that first little curiosity sound in Terry's voice was going, Stephen, so why don't we just cut to the chase and get to our question? What are you waiting for, Stephen?
Well, I mean, it's not our time to have children yet.
Well, I think Terry's follow-up question would be, what will give you the indication that it is your time?
When we feel ready.
And Terry's follow-up to the follow-up is, what is it about now that makes it so you're not ready? What is it about now that makes you feel that you're not ready?
I just don't feel that we don't feel that we're ready at this point. I mean,
you guys have a home. You have more than one home.
Yeah.
You have, you travel quite a bit.
You're established enough in your career, right, Stephen, that you and her have purchased multiple homes. This Terry's follow-up to the follow-up to the follow-up. And you have a stable contract line of employment. You have a dog. You have a multiple-bedroom home that you reside in on top of the other one that you rent out and get income based on that. So multiple sources of income. You are approaching middle age. What is standing in your way of having a family?
Well, I mean, it's just
That's Terry's question.
Right. No, and Terry, I think that a lot of people would have had children at this point in their marriage, or, hey, why not even have kids when you're not married, like some people? But I don't think that that's necessarily what we are looking for at this point in our lives. It's going to happen, definitely, but I don't feel that we need to be pressured
How can you convince us that that word definitely means anything when we can, or Terry can see nothing that should stop you from having children now? What's going to change in the future? Obviously, because Terry can't assume that there's anything standing in your way now, it has to be nothing more than a desire to not have children at this point. Why would there to be a desire later if there isn't one now? Is Terry's follow-up to the follow-up to the follow-up to the follow-up to the follow-up.
Well, I think that, if you have the burning desire to be parents and to have children, that's your choice that you make at that point. Maybe at this point, we don't have that burning desire. But you probably do get it as time goes on, and you realize that, that is the point of getting married, and that's the point of us being here on Earth.
But the point is, if you don't have the burning desire as you described now, you shouldn't say we'll definitely have it later, because all of a sudden you can't expect by some just mere form of osmosis that you wake up and one day, it's burning, let's go.
No, I disagree with that. I think it's something that grows, and I think it's definitely grown inside me. I mean, as well. So I definitely think it's something that I mean,
because a lot of men
change over time. It's not a day and night thing. It's
Man, so if I let myself for a second, I could visualize. No, I don't want to. Stephen being naked and having sex on this little cruise ship of his.
I guess so.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer.
Jerry, give me another story, please. What do you got?
How about this? Porn is going wireless.
Thank you for changing the subject to something I'm interested in, Jerry. Go ahead.
In fact, they're saying that by 2008, porn on wireless applications will be a $1 billion business.
Wow. So you're talking about cell phones and stuff? Mm-hmm. Porn on cell phones? Mm-hmm. Now, Terry, I'm all for porn wherever you can put it.
Right.
And it's going to be a $1 billion industry, so you're telling me what? You're telling me I need to invest now?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Time to get in.
Call my broker. However, I'm not sure I'm ready, and I'm, believe me, ready for, as I said, porn anywhere you want to put it, but on my cell phone, I just can't picture myself beating the paddywhack into my cell phone. All of a sudden, I'm doing a 5-knuckle shuffle, and I'm just about to finish, and my mom calls and her picture pops up. Is that what I need?
Maybe not, but hey, I'm just telling you, invest now.
But you can pass the time in traffic.
Sure, yeah, while you're driving, yeah.
And I don't know about porn images as these cell phones get smaller and smaller. I don't know about porn images being on a tiny little cell phone. Why do you think I got the biggest screen I could find? But they're saying it's going to be a $1 billion industry by when?
By 2008.
By 2008. So we're talking about a mere 3-4 years from now.
Correct.
The porn industry, as it pertains to your cell phone, is going to be a flourishing $1 billion industry.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Tiny little TT boy. And Jenna Jameson, to bring out some old school porn stars, will be there in living color, right on your Motorola.
There you go. Imagine you.
Oh, the motor's rolling, baby. Stephen, is that what you needed maybe to get the sparks going on the cruise ship or what?
A porn cell phone?
That's right.
Yeah.
So she's on the pill, huh?
They had no porn channels in the rooms, though.
Oh, jeez.
Thought that was interesting.
None whatsoever, huh?
It didn't seem like you have any true and definitive confirmation that she's taken the pill. You said she's on the pill, I think.
Well, I mean, that's...
Maybe she's trying to trap you after all this time. Maybe she's trying to lure you in. I don't want you to be suckered like that.
I think I've already been lured, so I don't think it's that,
Stephen, if one person was more the aggressor in wanting to have this little lovemaking thing happen on this very romantic ship of yours that you were on for 14 days, who would that person have been? Would it have been you trying to get Amy to get more involved in the time-killing little activity that I'm sure was very much needed on that ship, or was it her grabbing you into the cabin and saying, "Take me, big hairy boy"?
The thing is, it's not, we don't go on vacation for this, hedonistic experience where it's just, sex all the time. I mean, I don't think that's...
Well, sex all the time doesn't have to be hedonistic, Stephen, but all right.
How we do it, I think that we probably were on the trip, first and foremost, to see the places that we went and to, do the traveling thing. But,
right.
If you travel only to have sex, then that's your business.
But you did have sex on the trip.
Well, I think in a 2-week period, most married couples have sex. So, yes, I would say that's the case.
And I ask again, even though I didn't get an answer, and I don't expect one anytime soon. If one person was more of the aggressor towards the other in trying to make sex happen on the ship, who was that person?
I mean, look at me. Do you think she's aggressive to wanting it?
Oh, jeez. All right, so the answer is neither.
Probably right, yes.
The answer is gopher. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
But it was fun. You should,
Yeah, no, it wasn't fun. It was a torturous 14 days, be honest.
It was actually fun. I liked it. I mean, I didn't like getting sick at the end, and yes, 14 days is a long time to do anything.
You can do whatever you want to do to convince me of how great a 14-day cruise. I'd rather beat my balls with a hammer for 14 days.
I'm telling you, I would not
be stuck on a ship.
I'm telling you, I'm not doing a 14-day cruise again. I would never do it again.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to say that it was torture and that it was the worst thing ever.
In 1996, I went on a 7-day cruise, Terry. By the 4th day, I was ready to hang myself.
Mm-hmm.
First 3 days are great.
Yep.
That's it. Dock this ship, get me off now.
Well, that's not your thing.
To be on for 14 days?
You don't like hanging out with old people.
Did you have to eat with the same people every night?
We didn't have to, but we were in a situation where we enjoyed the company of these people that we were with. They were from,
Grandma and Grandpa?
They were in their 60s, yes. They were from Holland, and they were...
Great to see you again. Hope to see you at Blue-Haired Bingo at 2 o'clock.
He has family in Vancouver.
All right. We're glad you're back. Just stay away from us for the rest of the day. Do I speak for you, Terry?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Terry doesn't want any of your exotic any of your illnesses that you picked up in exotic countries either, okay?
Right.
All right. Very clear.
The T-Man. You're only 11 hours away.
Stephen, I must tell you an email has come into the station directed to me, and it's a question as it pertains to you and regarding your cruise adventure on the high seas that you just completed, the 14-day little shindig. Would you like me to read this email from a woman named Casey? I'm assuming it's a woman named Casey. Casey is a name that's usually reserved towards women these days, right around?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like me to read this to you? Would you rather say, T-Man, let's leave that in the last segment? I think we discussed it thoroughly enough. Any questions she has based on my cruise are not anything I'd like to get back into. I'll give you that option at this time.
We can hear it, I guess.
Okay. We're going to anyway. Casey writes, Dear T-Man, can you please ask Stephen to stop beating around the bush and give us the exact number of times that he had sexual intercourse with his wife over the course of their 14-day cruise? We are dying to know here at the corporate offices of Safeco Insurance. Signed, Casey. What do you mean, yeah?
Everybody at Safeco's dying to know,
well,
I'm sure.
That's the way the letter's written. I have to assume that this woman is not a liar. And
I think she is lying. Okay. I don't think everybody cares.
Well, that's not the way the letter reads.
Right. No, I know.
So now that you had the letter read to you, you have no choice but to answer the question. And it is pretty interesting, I guess, to find out the exact number. Now that it's on the table, the question is, why don't you tell us what the number is?
No, I appreciate the listeners' concern and care about my vacation, but that's...
Don't even try to get into I lost count because you didn't have it enough times to have lost count.
No, I don't think there was a way. You're right. No, I'm not saying that I lost count. I'm saying that that's information that she'll just have to wonder about the rest of her life.
No, I'm sure that she won't, but she will wonder for too long a period as far as I'm concerned. So why don't you just give out the number?
What do you think would be an average time? Or
whatever the amount of time you did, doesn't matter what the average is going to be fine. So why don't you, what's so personal about throwing out the number?
It is personal.
How is it such an invasion of privacy? Yeah, that's right. Who cares? Well, I'll tell you who cares. Casey and everyone at Safeco Insurance.
Well, I'm changing my policy to a different company then.
Wow.
Well, that's your prerogative. I don't think you have an insurance policy with them. I do, and I'm not changing it. As a matter of fact, I'm upping it. So why, if they're this inquisitive, that to me is important enough to know.
Well, if it's important for the policy, I will be glad to tell them.
Well, why don't you tell them regardless of what policy is on the table or not? Just tell us the
Because I don't know why it's important. I mean, there's got to be somebody who says, I'm not going to be talking about that. I mean, that's not my thing to talk about.
I'll tell you what. If we took a quick lightning poll and people agreed with you that this is too personal, it's too much of an invasion of your little kill breath privacy, and you're entitled to not give over that number, then we'll have you be able to withhold that information. But if the vast majority, if it's a landslide lightning poll and people want to know the number for whatever reason, even though you can't figure out why, if they want to know the information, then you have to give it over. Fair or not fair?
Jerry, what do you think about that? Is that fair?
Because, yes, you can't understand, but you'll then find out in the lightning poll whether or not the listeners do want to know, regardless of whether you can figure out why or not. Will you give over the number, yes or no?
Well, I mean, I think
maybe the listeners will agree with you. Maybe the listeners will feel for you and say, okay, it sounds like I'm listening to this little portion of waste of a time radio. I can hear his uncomfortableness. I'm going to vote in his favor.
Well, and I believe you that will happen, but still, I think that it's not necessary. Somebody should say, this is something that we're not going to talk about. I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
All right, let's see if the listeners agree. 1-866-663-T-Man. Stephen, obviously, I mean, you don't even have to hear the words. You can just hear the tone of the words and hear how uncomfortable he feels right now.
Well, it's not a subject that I care to talk about.
The listeners, think, okay, that withstanding, I still want to know exactly how many times he had sex on his 14-day cruise, or do you think that we should leave him alone, even though Casey and everyone in her insurance company is dying to know, and may never be the same?
Well, you don't ask me in any other random 2-week period how many times I've...
Well, maybe we'll start. You're on the air. Would you like to know the information, or should he be able to withhold that information?
I'd like to know the information.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you need to know?
Steven, you're a dickhead.
Oh, well, that's nice. Mature, huh?
Why are you knocking the man's maturity? This is
calling somebody a dickhead?
Well, that's his analysis.
Okay.
That's his analysis of you.
Okay.
And I don't think maturity has anything to do with it.
Okay, so that's the height of maturity.
Okay. No one said it's the height. No one said it's the basement. You're on the air. Somewhere in the middle.
I love Steven, and it's personal.
But you want to know, is what you're saying. Oh, geez. Hello? I guess not. Should we assume that's a vote for Steven?
Sure. Yes.
So it's 1-1?
1-1.
Steven, how far do you want this to go? To 3, to 5, to 10, to what?
Whatever you want is what it'll end up being.
You're on the air. Good answer.
Hello?
Yes.
Is this Cube?
Yes.
I wanted to know his answer because sex is just something that we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you do. I don't. So.
Is that a good enough answer?
No. It's not something that everybody talks about.
Hello?
Obviously, they can't hear me.
Well, talk louder.
It's not something that everybody talks about. No, there's something.
Can you hear him?
A board that isn't hit.
No.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
But you can't hear Steven?
What?
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if she can hear anything.
Well, regardless, that's a vote for knowing.
Yes.
You're on the air. Are you embarrassed of the number, Steven, because of its height or its low number or its low total? What's the deal?
I'm not answering that question.
Oh, jeez.
You're on the air.
Terry, do you want to know?
Sure, Steven. Because I know that you and Amy are happy and in love.
And it's all about that, Stephen. That's what it all comes down to.
That's what this stems from?
The common denominator of all this is just finding out what it takes to be as in love as you and your lovely wife. What's the going rate on love for a 14-day period? You're on the air.
No.
Hello?
Yes.
Come on, Kilbreath.
Why do you need to know?
Hello?
Yeah, they can't hear me.
That's probably the best thing.
Well, I would like to be able to question these people that...
Well, they'd be hearing the biggest wuss they've ever heard in their lives. Someone who can't...
Does that mean I'm a wuss because I don't like to advertise my business?
And it's not just any old 14-day period. It's you being trapped on a ship.
Okay.
And
so it's
because
probably
of that,
higher than a regular 14-day period.
Yeah, exactly. And because of that, there's a curiosity of wanting to know what the hell you did and how many times you did it.
Well, but like I told you before, the whole focus of the cruise is not to have sex.
No one said it is!
But you said you want to know what we did and how many times we did it. Well, I'll tell you what we did. We went to...
I may also ask how many times you did how many times you played shuffleboard, too. I may be curious about that.
Twice.
So you did it twice.
Shuffleboard.
And that was double the amount of times you had sex?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You're on the air.
T-Man.
Yes.
Oh, man, I just got to say it's great to have you guys back, and I'm going to vote for wanting to find out how many times Steven and his wife did it exactly. Initially, I was curious why he was so guarded about his answer.
Right.
But now it's like you just want to know because curiosity kills the cat.
Oh, jeez. Well, apparently we're not going to get this information out of him, so let's change the lightning poll to have people answer how many times they think he and his wife did it.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
T-Man.
How many times did he and his wife do it, sir?
I'm going to go by the way he's eggshelling it, walking around on tiptoes.
Yes.
I'm going to go for a minimal on the hand, man.
Mm-hmm. So as much as you can count on one hand, this man is saying. 14 days with nothing to do. They're not casino goers.
No.
I mean, if I was on that ship, I'd be in the casino every day. Every day.
I won $10.
They would know me by name. They'd know everything about me. Every dealer in that little casino on the cruise ship would know me better than they know any passenger in the history of the cruise industry, Terry.
I was in the blackjack tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh.
You were in the blackjack tournament?
Yeah, I lost.
Yes. Yes, you did.
How quickly?
After 3 hands.
This is how bored he was.
You just said you were going to be in the casino, so that means that I'm...
Well, you're not a gambler, though. That's how much he was trying to get away from sex, Terry.
Yeah, exactly.
He entered a blackjack tournament. I gotta go. Hey, blackjack tournament on the Lido deck. Bye. Stephen, the first caller suggested you could count the number of times on one hand.
Well, that could be true.
Is it true?
It could be true.
Is it true?
I'm not sure if it's true or not. I'm not going to tell you.
And you're not going to tell us why again?
Because, sometimes somebody should stand their ground and, it's not necessarily something that needs to be talked about. I don't know why people care.
Well, let's say we don't really care that much. It's not going to make or break our day. We're just curious.
Oh, you don't care then? 17 times.
Let's take a lightning poll. Who really believes that?
I don't even remember what the lightning poll is anymore, so anything you want to say is fine with me. Go ahead, caller.
I want to know. It's something you tell all your buddies about, and, I
don't, though. I don't. You're not a buddy of mine. I don't like you.
Oh, wow.
I can say that because you can't hear me. So.
Is there any reason to lash out the caller like that?
You can't hear me, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Terry, what else is going on in the world, please?
Oh, my gosh.
Let's get some information we can actually get, please.
Cute little story here about a couple of parents in Texas. They served...
I think they did it 4 times, just for the record, Terry.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay, I'll put that down. 4 times for the team.
What do you think, Terry?
At one time, it was good, by accident, because the ship was moving in a heavy fashion at that moment.
Yeah, you're probably right, because I'm awful.
It was some choppy seas during that one time.
You got some assistance.
That's right.
We did have heavy seas, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yes.
The parents of Jessica Dunkley of Pearland, Texas.
Dunkley?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Served detention with her because they felt that since they were the ones that made her late.
They made her late for school. They felt it was only right that they served detention with her.
Right.
Yes.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, let me tell you, Terry.
Yes.
That is a true parent.
Yes. They asked the school to drop the detention, but the school said, oh, no. She was late more than one time.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, okay, well, we'll go to detention with her because it was our fault.
Nothing for Jessica Dunkley's social life like the word getting around that her mom and dad are sitting there in detention with her.
Exactly.
That's the kind of parents you want. The fair parent that will say, hey, We know we did wrong, too. We're not going to let you sit there alone.
Right.
We're going to be there with you every step of the way.
Aren't you happy, honey?
Yes. We're not going to let you be bored in detention. We're going to be there having conversation with you the whole time. Terrific.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
New little breakfast club.
Was I right about the 4 times, Stephen?
Oh, yeah. You're right on.
What if they
In the first day?
Oh,
yeah.
scared me for a second there. Okay, what do you think, honestly? How many times in the 14 days they're on the ship, they're prisoners?
They're prisoners. Let me out.
How many times
we don't feel like prisoners.
do you think they had sexual intercourse?
I mean, we were in Aruba, Jamaica, Costa Rica.
Ooh, you want to take it? Okay. Go ahead, Trey.
Cabo,
What is your number?
Acapulco.
Oh, jeez.
You were
You were in Acapulco?
places?
Yes, we were.
Wow.
Jeez.
We were in Cabo and Huatulco,
but
Panama City.
2.5 hours each, and then you got to run
Costa
back.
Rica.
I know.
And
all day.
Knowing Steven, he saw the movie Open Water, and then he would like see this as like the what do they call that when they have a second movie for the first movie? The sequel. Yeah. He would call it open land and be afraid that he'd be left in port or whatever. He'd run back to the ship 2 hours early to make sure the boat doesn't take off without him.
Right. We almost missed the one in Cabo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we went.
You're having too much fun. You
went-
lost track of time. You were making love next to a palm tree.
Because that's pretty much all vacation is making love. No, I mean, we went on a river rafting thing. You know, we did that.
Well,
that
you
was
get so
exciting.
defensive.
Yeah, you seem a little offended that we
I think-
want to think positive
I
that
think-
you're making love.
I think the
Well,
average.
you want to think that's all that people do.
I would
though,
think
and I'm
that
trying
the
to
average.
tell you that other people.
No one's saying
can
it's
do
the only
things.
thing you do, but the average person would certainly conclude that on a 14-day cruise, part of the itinerary is a hefty amount of lovemaking when you're there with your wife and your wife alone.
And when you
Why
asked
is
me
that
earlier,
so bizarre to you?
And when you asked me earlier, I said that's the case. But we weren't trying to make little kill breaths. I mean, we've already been through that.
Okay, I've lowered my number to 3, Terry. Based on his tone of voice and overwhelming defensive stance on this, I don't think
not
they had
being
sex
defensive, I'm
more
just
than
being
3 times, Terry.
real. I
know.
And I think that may be a
Important.
generous estimate. What do you think the number is?
Well, I'm trying to stay on the positive tip. Although Stephen is really working hard at making love a negative thing.
When did I say making love was negative?
Well, it's
I'm
your
saying that that's not what the
tone.
no.
Well, yeah,
no.
you were getting ready
I'm saying
to say
it's not what the
again.
whole vacation thing is about. I mean, people like to
And what if it
travel.
was? Is that wrong? Let's say someone's
No,
on a 14-day cruise.
And that's all they do.
They
I don't
want
have
to
a
make
problem
the
with that.
first, second, and third priority making love to the person they are in love with. Is
That's
that
great.
so wrong?
That's great. I could not do that.
You could not do that.
No, I could not do that. I
can't.
couldn't last. I mean, no, I could not do that at all. There's no possible
All
way.
right, let's give the boy a break.
Okay.
Leave him alone.
And plus, why waste your money on that? You could do that at home
Mm-hmm.
for 2 weeks.
I can't think of a reason, David. Leave it to you to be the sensible one. Okay. I've lowered my number to 2, Terry. If he keeps talking anymore, we'll be in negative numbers.
The T-Man. Tonight on Fox.